enough props, man. He fought Marcus Smith.
Are we back?
These drivers, including me, don't change this track. Don't repave it. Never repave.
Are we back?
We all love slipping and sliding around on the old configuration, but
we're back. We're back on. That's good. I don't know what happened. It didn't, like, everything seemed fine. Everything on my stream seemed fine. It didn't say there was any poor connection or anything. So, but we're back. What's up, Jaden? Yeah, we're back. I don't know what happened. Like I said, my stream was... everything was normal.
Cody Ware becomes the first car to go a lap down. Lap car staying low on the racetrack. And, you know, you do get gobbled up quick, don't you? So, 500 miles at Daytona takes 200 laps. Here to get to 500 miles, you have to go around this place 325 times. I would imagine this is a much harder day's work.
No doubt. I mean, these corners are going to put a lot more on your body. I think right now, as intense as the racing is, it's also mentally challenging you a lot more. You're watching your mirror, you're listening to your spotter, you're trying to decide what lanes and pick and choose, when to make the run happen, how to back up to the guy behind you. I mean, it's definitely, the word today is intense, and it certainly has been.
It definitely goes right to the point you were trying to make. The old configuration, you get out of here, you were slap wore out physically. Today, mentally, this chess match is going to wear these guys down. It's going to drain them mentally. Kurt Busch had a safety violation on his pit stop and restarted 34th. He's in the top 10.
You act like you're surprised, Mike. Come on, it's Kurt Busch.
It's Kurt Busch, yes, but...
Whoa! Daniel Suarez jumping right up in front of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. there.
But it's because of this super speedway type of racing, these huge runs. If you just saw Ricky Stenhouse and Tyler Reddick, these big runs create opportunities.
Good afternoon again, Sam. Yeah, hey, Matt. I had to restart my stream. I don't know what the fuck happened, so...
Just like we were talking about with Kurt Busch. Now, from our Goodyear aerial coverage, look at the first car on the inside. That's Tyler Reddick.
What's up, WinVal? Yeah, I have no clue what happened to my stream. Like, everything said it was perfectly connected. Like, on YouTube it said it was connected perfectly fine. On OBS it said everything was connected perfectly fine, so I have no clue what happened to my stream. But, we're back. New stream started.
Brad Keselowski, Regan kind of hanging on to the tail end of the lead lap here. What's up?
Mike, that's correct. One of the guys we would have expected to have been very aggressive and up towards the front today. Brad Keselowski having a lot of trouble with that race car. Damage to the nose of it when they came to pit road for the first pit stop of the race. Then lost his spotter for about 15 laps. He does have a spotter, TJ Majors, back now, but things not going well for Brad at the moment.
No, he is in 14 seconds back of the leader.
But yeah, as I was saying before my stream fucked up, I have two different blunts. One is longer than the other. So this is an Entourage, and this is a blunt fill. They're both the same kind of blunt. It's just, as you can see, one is bigger than the other. What's in Brad's windshield? I don't know.
When it was reported that Suarez set up a car that had more grip versus more speed, I went to his steering trace. He's turning the wheel quite a bit, but so is Ross Chastain, so is Tyler Reddick. It seems like some of these guys that are better on the long run maybe have just a little bit tighter balance. There's that steering trace Jamie was talking about, the telemetry lower left corner, Daniel Suarez. So there's straight up, right, as you go down the straightaway. Now here's that white line starts to put more wheel into the further left that it goes. See the same thing here with Ross Chastain. And remember, you got to turn a little bit left through this double dogleg down the front straightaway. See how much input he puts into this corner. And that just tells me that those guys have just a little bit more security in the back of their car. Might be why Ross Chastain's pushing so hard to get out front. He wants that clean air to the nose.
Yeah, but the biggest thing I notice is how those guys are maneuvering the throttle. They're maneuvering the runs that they have, managing those, the help
comes from behind them, how quick they approach the car in front of them, all of that's managed with the throttle.
You know, guys, one of the things that I'm wondering is we talk about a car being trimmed out or having more grip, and knowing that these Chevys have went for a setup that's going to drive a little better, have a little more drag in it. The Toyotas have went a different approach. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, they're not too very far. They seem to be trimmed out a little bit more. And I'm just curious, do you think they're maybe down a little bit on power to compare to what the ECR Hendrick Motorsports engines have?
That's a very good question. I mean, I would think that, leaders in the
Oh shit, what the fuck? What the fuck, dude?
Caution is out.
God damn it.
He did a heck of
Are you
a job
fucking serious?
of not sending that car all the way around and see how
For
much
fuck's sakes, man. Fuck. From the fucking lead. How?
Left rear might have been down.
Why? How? Why? What?
Ross Chastain had led 5 times for 42 laps. Look at the leader here.
Gets into turn 1, gets into the banking.
Boom, goes down, around he goes. I don't know that car's tore up all that bad.
No, it's not, but it's just still annoying.
Independent rear suspension, you do get that toe link.
I mean, he'll be fine, I think.
Like that.
Boy, how lucky is that? All those cars behind him, the whole pack literally behind him, could have been catastrophic for everybody behind him. That was the big one that was.
So he locked
avoided.
up the left front tire, I think, after the hit.
And that
That's
blew
what
that.
blew that down. The question is, he said on the radio he thought the left rear went down.
Larry, you got 10 laps to go in this stage. What do you want to do?
Well, if I'm back there in the second half of the field, I'm going to come on and get my tires and fuel now. But if you're worried about stage points, we're going to go back racing with not that many laps until the end of this stage. So I would say you're going to see a mixed bag here, Mike.
Cody Ware gets the free pass on this third caution of the day. The team started the race with 12 sets of tires, plus a set held over from qualifying, and those would be brand new sticker tires since qualifying was canceled due to rain.
You know, Clint, I'm not sure if Ross Chastain got the right rear. It looked like it's more just the body, and you know, with these body panels, they just kind of pop back out. He might have more damage to the right front right now.
Jeff, I know you're now in your new job is to pay for those new body panels a little bit, but I'm telling you, these cars are strong. I don't think he hurt that car much by the contact on the right rear of that thing. As long as everything, I mean, you can see it right there. He hit hard, but I don't think his day is done by any stretch of the imagination.
It's just so hard to tell if
It was the right rear because the left front come up. That's why the left front is way up in the air.
He did a good job of minimizing the damage
for not only his car, but everybody behind him.
That left front was not turning.
Yeah, it's
That's
almost
because the right rear was
the
down.
right rear was
Okay,
down,
the left
exactly.
front up.
That's what happens when you get into the wall at 185 miles an hour.
Look at that thing. It's race ready. Let's go back racing.
Oh my god.
That's the left front. That's the right rear that blew out.
Too many tire issues.
It's full.
It's a floater! That kid's so fucking annoying.
Is there anything that caused that right rear to go down?
That's a very good point, and that's something that is new with these cars, the camber. I noticed in the garage area, the rear camber of these cars. These are independent rear suspension.
Your channel got cut off, I'm back, yeah. I don't know what happened. My stream said everything was perfectly fine. You know, everything said it was connected perfectly. OBS was working as it should. My stream wasn't frozen on my side. But, yeah. So, I'm back.
Heard a lot from Mark Truex Jr.
And here's why we are under caution. Leader Ross Chastain cuts a tire and gets into the wall.
Master the drive in the all-new GR86. Master the drive in the all-new Toyota GR86.
Finished? Of course not. You're no crispy, juicy, tender rookie. You know that pouring the McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich crumbs into your mouth is the only way to say...
Oh, I can't wait to see the end of this stage, man.
Nascar Race-Ups on FS1. Ready, set, go. Get a great deal on a better crossover when you lease the all-new 22 Toyota Corolla Cross LE with all-wheel drive. Lease just $289 a month, 36 months at Burdick Toyota. Shop BurdickToyota.com.
Dear coffee, meet donuts. Power, meet distance. Bells, meet whistles. Stormy, meet steady. There are many sides to my story. Get yours, Camry.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost service plan with tire rotations, oil changes, and more for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Back and DeFrancesco was low. They were 3 wide with Graham Rahal in the middle. I'm not sure who the aggressor was there. It's tough to tell if Devlin was trying to make it a 3-wide party or if Elliott was more coming to. We'll have to tell you. I want to see it start sooner there. I need to see a little bit earlier as to how they got to that
where we care for both our customers and employees in the same way. We would like to hear from you. Call me today for a confidential interview.
Ready, set, go. Get a great deal on a better crossover when you buy the all-new 22 Toyota Corolla Cross LE with all-wheel drive. Now just $27,570.
My dog is barking.
TFS cash applied at Burdick Toyota.
Launching Fox 68, WSYT 68.1.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a low-mileage SUV with a V8. Excuse me, do you have any V8 SUVs, bro?
Bro, I've got a sick SUV back here. Has your name all over it.
Never be ignored at a dealership again.
V8? Yep. Nice.
Buy your car entirely online on Vroom.com.
After the bloodline slipped through his fingers, will the Beast Brock Lesnar get payback on the Universal Champion Roman Reigns ahead of their match at WrestleMania? Find out on an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox. Here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, 99 laps complete. Kids are having a good time here. And a lot of Chase Elliott fans in the stands. Here's how the Cope family of drivers are faring. With 6 to go in stage 1, Danny Hamlin, Austin Dillon top 5, Daniel Suarez top 10, and Joey Logano in 15. Ross Chastain, improper fueling on his stop.
Right rear toe link is straight. Obviously got a little bent, little toes knocked out in the front. Right rear wheel tub has some damage, some of it's missing, and the right rear group chain is broke, and then a little bit of body damage. Looks like maybe a right rear diffuser, a little bit of damage on it as well. Let's feel it out good here.
So he's on the damaged vehicle policy and has incurred a 2-lap penalty, damage to the left front splitter as well. Ty Dillon removed the gas can from his pit stall, so he will be starting tail end of the longest line.
You wouldn't say Ross Chastain isn't out of it? I mean, that's a double negative. So you're saying he is out of it. I wouldn't say Ross Chastain isn't out of it. So that means he is out of it.
Trying to hold off those 2 Toyota teammates, and here comes Hamlin. Without the help of his teammate.
Oh no! What the fuck? Oh man. Look at this shit. Oh man, and fucking Ty Dillon back there. The fuck, dude?
Into the wall.
Man, 10 laps ago, I had both of my favorite drivers in the race. And now both of my favorite drivers are not in the race anymore. What a great fucking... God damn it, man. I mean, he doesn't look like he has too much damage, but... The fuck?
Well, it looked like it got kind of Austin Dillon a little bit out of position, too. And maybe that car got a little loose. And then you had the 18 on the outside of him. There's Ty Dillon with a bunch of damage. Both Dillon brothers, heavy damage under that accident.
So let's look at this going into turn number 3.
Why is Austin Dillon driving backwards on pit road?
Make his move.
Makes it really late, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I don't think it was as quick as Kyle Busch said. See, Austin Dillon was blocking a little bit, makes the move. Kyle Busch decides to go up top, gets to the bumper, he gets loose.
Touched him. It looked like he got to the rear bumper of Austin Dillon, and
Kyle
turned him sideways.
He is second guessing that decision right now.
Yeah, I don't think he thought Denny was going to clear the 3 of Austin Dillon, so he didn't go with him.
All right, let's ride with Dillon.
Dropping inside. 18 sticking with us. Bottom's clear by 1 to the bottom.
He was just...
He didn't touch him, I don't think.
He touched him, but it was barely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that would have gotten him loose, but it did.
Why? Like, why?
You see it start to bobble right there. Almost, maybe...
Why did this
up
happen?
in front of him, too. Took a little bit of downforce away from the 3. It's like a bad combination of the 18 on his rear bumper, the 11 coming up in front of him.
You think Kyle's okay, but we haven't seen all the damage? I mean, he looks fine. It's just like...
And then further back, Ty Dillon trying to avoid everything, gets into the wall and then into Chase Briscoe. So, we will end stage 1 under caution. Here's Kyle Busch and company.
How's your wheels? It's skilled. Everything is skilled. I'm sure I'll get to you and everything will be broken and we'll be done for the day.
Yeah, a lot of frustration right there. I mean, those are those, again, split-second decisions. Things happen so fast. That move, didn't really expect it out of Denny Hamlin. It's kind of late. It could have, would have, should have, thought about going with him. Stayed
Interesting race for sure.
Push Austin Dillon gets loose.
Looks like decal damage mainly. Yeah, I mean...
Had a fast car.
Is Kyle done? I don't think so.
What kind of damage when they lift the hood or pull those tires off of the 18 of what they might be able to change? There are some adjustments that they can make pretty quickly on this new car that can fix some of that damage.
Ty Dillon?
Not that. You're not going to fix some of those.
No. But he was back there because of a penalty and restarted in the back, had to take evasive action, got into the wall, and then into Chase Briscoe.
Yeah, that's the kind of damage when you see the body crinkled up like that. That's very difficult to get that car back up to speed.
So William Byron picks up his 10th career stage win and his 2nd of the season. For Hendrick Motorsports, ahead of Denny Hamlin, Daniel Suarez, Ricky Stenhouse, and Eric Jones. 4 Chevrolets in the top 5, led by this young man from Charlotte.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth, and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bushfield. Head for the mountains of Bush.
Head for the mountains of Bush, like beer.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably served and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
first acceptance at a horse, it's half off breakfast orders in the Wendy's app.
Shoot the ball!
There's a lot of letters.
She's already got HALFOFF.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Official breakfast of March Madness.
With Armor All, a little bit of this protects you from a lot of that. Armor All. Minimum effort, maximum protection. Unbelievable.
Hey, huh? Need more football? The USFL kicks off April 16th on Fox and NBC.
Homegrown tomatoes. Nice.
I want to feel in control of my health, so I do what I can.
What about screening for colon cancer? When caught in early stages, it's more treatable. I'm Cologuard. I'm non-invasive, and I detect altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers, even in early stages.
Early stages.
Yep. It's for people 45 plus at average risk for colon cancer, not high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider if Cologuard.
Dinner's ready.
Consider it done.
Kyle was doing so good today. That's what pisses me off.
The stage winner. Let's show you once again.
I'll be back.
Put us under caution. Let's go way back to turn 2.
You can see the rear bumper and the front bumper of teammates Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, almost locking together there. Here comes a big run, big push. What I'm impressed with is Denny waited, right? He could have made the move there. He waited till he got into the corner and then dove to the bottom. But Clint, why did the 18 not go with Denny?
Well, I think it was late, just like you said. And Austin Dillon, I think, had a little bit to do that as well. He got the run, the help from Denny coming on him, and looked to the outside of the leader, William Byron. Didn't exactly take that bottom line that Denny did. It was a situational thing that ended up in a catastrophic way for Kyle Busch.
So here are the cars that did not stop under the last caution. Regan.
Well, Mike Denny Hamlin with the 11 car, a little tight right now following other cars, but doesn't want any changes, wants to just work on that car and look in the mirror and help himself as a driver. And the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse, good with his balance. Jamie?
William Byron said he felt better in the corners there. Very balanced car right now. No adjustments, 4 tires. The 99 of Daniel Suarez as well. Just tires. Very happy with the car. Starts off edgy, but ends up pretty good.
Here's your Ram race off pit road. Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney. Tires? We don't need tires.
We say we dial up old Willie B there in 24. Willie B! Hey, it's Jeff up in the Fox Sports booth, buddy. Looking good out there in that Liberty Chevrolet. How about it?
Yeah, man. Great talking to you. No, it's been good. Crazy Atlanta. I feel like you got to be on your toes every single lap, and it's a lot different than we're used to here. So it's been fun so far. Car's been really fast. Thanks to everybody at Hendrick Motorsports and Liberty, and hopefully we can finish it off here at the end of the day.
All right, buddy. Well, you know I like those flames, so keep up the great work. Good luck the rest of the way.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jeff.
William Byron, your stage 1 winner in Atlanta.
What if you were a major transit system with billions of passengers taking millions of trips every year? You aren't about to let any cyber attacks slow you down. So you partner with IBM to build a security architecture to keep your data, network, and applications protected. Now you can tackle threats so they don't bring you to a grinding halt. And everyone's going places, including you.
I'm back.
Let's create cybersecurity that keeps your business on track. IBM.
But I have to use the bathroom real quick.
Trilogy for COPD.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on.
If you've been playing down your COPD,
It's a new dawn, it's a new day.
it's time to make a stand. Start a new day with Trilogy.
And I'm feeling good.
No once-daily COPD medicine has the power to treat COPD in as many ways as Trilogy. With 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trilogy helps people breathe easier and improves lung function. It also helps prevent future flare-ups. Trilogy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trilogy more than prescribed. Trilogy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, tongue swelling,
Barcelona up 2-0.
or eye can occur. Take a stand and start.
William Byron wins stage 1.
Ask
Yes,
your
he
doctor
does.
about once daily Trilogy
Yes, he
and
does.
Trilogy.com.
is still the Eat Fresh Refresh, and Subway's refreshing their app. So you can customize your favorite footlong, set a pickup time, and jump the line. Oh, here she goes. I thought she was actually gonna jump. Just use this code and order on the Subway app.
You finally fixed that transmission, but you have all of these to go. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do.
Texas IndyCar.
Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description.
Did Joseph Newgarden win? Come on, Joseph. Yeah! That's my boy. That's my boy, man.
You have a frequent urgent need to urinate day and night? I have good news.
Joseph Newgarden's my boy. I love that guy.
Outpatient treatment that simply reopens the channel to increase flow with no cutting. Yes.
Most side effects are mild to moderate. Serious bleeding and infection events are rare. Visit Eurolift.com.
Ask your urologist about Eurolift or visit Eurolift.com today.
Eliminating grays is as easy as combing your hair.
I watched the Texas finish. That was awesome.
Just twist and comb. Getting natural looking results.
Let's get this meeting started.
Has never been easier. The most men trust just for men.
You just woke up. What'd you miss? You missed Noah Gregson. He crashed. And then you missed some pretty good racing. That was fun. You missed Ross Chastain. He hit the wall from the lead. And then now you just missed a 4-car crash between Kyle Busch, Chase Briscoe, Ty Dillon, and Austin Dillon.
Look at the right of your screen. That's how it funnels off into turn number 1 right there.
Yeah, you can certainly see right there. It goes from, what, 4 lanes to basically just 2 lanes right in through here. Big difference of how that funnel situation happens. I think.
Oh, your favorite driver is Ryan Hunter-Reay?
Get more chaotic because of that funnel.
Ryan Hunter-Reay won the first IndyCar race I ever watched. The 2014 Indy 500.
For the restart. Now, yesterday in the Xfinity race, that was a problem late in the day as the sun got close to the horizon. That choose V and the reflective triangles on the wall to help the drivers find it became a problem for a couple of them, and that may well happen again today. Christopher Bell in a Toyota with Austin Cindric and a Ford, the Daytona 500 winner. They will be on the front row. Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace, Martin Truex, Kevin Harvick. And we're going to listen to Bubba Wallace's spotter, Freddie Kraft.
Kyle still race, or is he done? He's still in the race. He's 33rd on the lead lap.
Stage 1 was all Chevrolet with a bit of Toyota. The Ford's nowhere to be found. Now there are 4 Fords to restart in the top 7 positions. Camaro pace car heads for pit road, and here they come to the Geico Restart zone.
5, ready.
Back green.
Back to your house. High out the front. Still tight out the front. Quarter out the front. 30 lane. Top's got a little more momentum. Split up now, top half back to the bottom. Still half back bottom, 1 out the front. Bottom's going to split up now. Still 1 out the front. Still 1. Just keep top here. 1 back to the 34. 1 out the front.
Well, that sounds like Daytona and Talladega, doesn't it?
It's exactly what it is. And we talk about intense. It's intense for those guys on the roof. They've got a lot going on today. Go through a few batteries, I believe, on that radio.
Well, and as we get towards the end of this race, all that communication, it's got to be lock solid. You have to, when it's clear, and you have to make a reaction quick as a driver. He's got to be on point with his communication, those calls. These runs happen fast.
All right, we talked about Daytona super speedways. We're here in Atlanta. This is a super speedway now. And look who's coming to the front. Our Daytona 500 winner there, Austin Dillon. And who's behind him? Bubba Wallace and Michael McDowell. Those guys all run good at Daytona in these super speedways.
Yeah, I haven't really seen Austin Cindric in that 2-car much yet, but just like you said, Daytona 500 winner car was extremely fast, had a lot of grip for him at the Daytona 500, and lo and behold, here he is.
And right on his bumper, the car that finished right alongside him in second place, Bubba Wallace.
You see how that stacks up and then creates that moment for Joey Logano? Those are the moments that are exactly like what we saw with Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch, his teammates. That create those situations that you either take it or you don't. And that thing, accordion for him, kind of really left him no place to go but right there.
And you mentioned accordion, and that's what I'm looking for in my spotter. I want my spotter to anticipate, see that accordion effect starting and letting me know so I can jump out of line if I need to. Regan?
Well, Jeff, top break for Austin Dillon in the 3-car up front again this week, as you are every week. Austin, did you have trouble and have to check up off of turn 4 or not?
No, I was in the gas wide open, and 18's pushing us on the left rear from what I saw, and got me loose and took us both out of the race. But didn't help that the other 2 cars were coming up the track, so it took some air off the nose. But I mean, he's already got me turned right there. It's into stage 1. We're gonna get a run down the front stretch right there, so I don't know why he's pushing like dead center 3/4 mark, but part of it, I guess. Fun racing there for a while with a really fast Bass Pro Shop Chevy. I don't want to say anything else. My feelings are hurt because 2 weeks in a row we've been taking out the race.
Austin Dillon and his younger brother Ty both knocked out of the race in that incident off turn 4 and down the front straightaway.
I can understand the frustration last weekend. Last lap, literally the last corner, minding his own business, just going to get him a clean top 10 finish. And Daniel Suarez come flying in there and nailed him in the rear, spun him out, pretty much a last place finish. So I can understand that frustration in Austin Dillon.
Well, guys, it took a couple trips to pit road, but I believe on Rodney Childers, Kevin Harvick, they brought the old 4-car to life. He just cracked the top 5. You see him right there, the 5th car in line. So definitely from a car that couldn't even run inside the top 20 or 25, the top 5 here. Christopher Bell, your leader, Austin Cindric, and then Bubba Wallace in 3rd. Jamie.
Bubba Wallace, after practice yesterday, was all smiles. Loved the way the car felt. He wanted to go out and run more, but his crew chief, Moody Barker, said, nope, we're bringing it in. We're going to park it so we can keep it good for today. And that's exactly what they've done. They tightened him up a bit. He was a little insecure earlier, but Bubba Wallace, you can never count him out on this style of racing, the pack racing, as he tries to make his way to first.
Well, I heard your interview with him in practice, and he was kind of like a petulant child. It was like, I want to go out and play with those guys. I don't want to be here in the garage.
Here comes the 4-car, and Kevin Harvick trying his hand on the bottom, getting a big run, get big push from Martin Truex Jr.
Ooh, Harvick.
But I think it's all, you're going to have to utilize that help and keep those cars behind you. As they broke off, Truex got him loose and had to lift off the gas, so you can see how that hurt their momentum.
But Mike, going back to what you're saying, this is the type of track when it's new like this, and you have a lot to figure out. A new car and a new surface, as well as a totally different style of racing here at Atlanta in a mile and a half. You want as much practice time, as many laps as you can get. So I know that was frustrating. Well, guess what? They got 500 miles to try to figure it out now in this race.
500 miles of practice today.
Yeah.
Christopher Bell breaks away here by about 2 or 3 car lengths as Kevin Harvick tries to get that inside line to develop some momentum to his benefit in the front.
He keeps inching a little bit closer and closer. Him and the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. is working that. See the run that he gets, pushes to him. He uses the brake right here. There, slow down.
See,
I think
tiptoed
he's
a little
breaking
bit.
away. He's slowing down to help Truex get back to him. Utilize the push and see if it'll push him to the lead.
And I think, too, if you get too big of a run into 3, that we talked about earlier, the wind and just the flatness of that entry makes the car push up almost clear of Christopher Bell to take that lead.
But I think Kevin Harvick is managing that. Like we talked about, you heard Jimmy Murray talk about slowing down, lifting a little bit, keeping that car attached to you. Don't utilize that huge run that he gives you and drive off from it. Let's see if he slows down just at least a little bit, allowing that 19 to get to him.
Yeah, he's liking that push he got from Mark Truex Jr. He wants to continue to tow him right along with him. Kind of everything.
And he gets a push. I
favor.
can see this off of 2. I think he'll be good now that he's clear of the 20, but having that 20 beside him, you have to manage that. You can't get too far out.
This is the most double-wide racing we have seen all season, anywhere we've been, including Daytona. That's why we're going to take you side by side. With 122 laps complete in Atlanta, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex.
The largest gig speed network. It's so fast, it's game on for the whole house. Okay, you spent way too much time rehearsing that. The champ here, his gig speeds run on Can't Catch Me Wi-Fi.
Okay, that's fast.
Fast? Let's leave them in the dust fast.
Nice, Noah, but we're talking about Xfinity X5. It's fast like take home the checkered flag fast. Can your internet do that?
The Food City Dirt Race is back at Bristol in 2022. And this time, it's a night race. You remember the last night races at Bristol in September, right?
Between Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott.
It's the Food City Dirt Race, 7 p.m. on Easter Sunday, April 17th. Save big by grabbing a weekend package today at BristolMotorspeedway.com. Remember, this isn't just any dirt race. It's a dirt race at Bristol, baby.
It's Bristol, baby!
Get the truck that's built to serve right from your living room with Ram eShop. Search, find, and buy your perfect truck online and get delivery from the comfort of your own home. Credit approval, price, and payment calculations all made quick, easy, and safe. The keys are just a click away with Ram's eShop. Right now, during Ram Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
Huddle up, sports viewers, and enjoy Arby's corned beef Ruby. Arby's corned beef. Arby's. Come on! Arby's, we have the meat.
No matter what you do, who you are, or how much money you earn, when it comes to doing taxes, don't go it alone. Jackson Hewitt Tax Pros will make certain you don't miss out on a single deduction. Get the biggest refund you deserve at Jackson Hewitt.
Do not move!
There's a reputation on the track, one that screams, bring it, loud enough so the whole world will see it coming. I am the Nascar Xfinity Series. I am NASCAR.
128 laps complete. Kurt Busch is the leader here in Atlanta. So how do you like me now, says the new Atlanta Motor Speedway. We've had more lead changes today than in both of last year's races combined. Now let's look at a pivotal moment for Kevin Harvick, who now finds himself in 11th after this in the lower right.
Well, Kevin looks a little bit indecisive here, like he's going to go up to block the run coming from the outside of 20 Christopher Bell, and then Mark Truex Jr. just said, oh, if you're going to take the outside, I'm going to go to the inside, and then that put Kevin Harvick right in the middle, 3 wide.
I don't know if Tim told him, you know, inside already, and that's why he didn't hold down, try to block the 19, but it definitely, that's what created that situation to get 3 wide. I don't think Truex really had a choice at that point.
It sent Harvick back to 12th place. He's since regained 3 of those positions.
Once he lost that lead, I definitely noticed instability in Kevin Harvick's car, so he needs to get that track position and be up front.
Ricky Stenhouse becomes the 13th different driver to lead this race.
And how about Justin Haley right behind him? We talk about new winners and new faces and new places. There's a new cat right here.
Jeff, we talked yesterday, Clint and I did, that I don't think win and you're in is going to work this year. With what we've seen so far and what we're seeing today, I easily see more than 16 winners at the end of the regular season.
Well, I've always been a little bit hesitant to say win and you're in this early in the season, because we've come close a couple of years ago, Mike, right? We saw about 13, 14 different winners, and a lot of them happened early in the season. But you're right, one of these years, it's not going to be a total lock in if you get that win. And with this car, as the parity and the different people we're seeing get up front,
what does parity
we
mean?
see a lot of different winners.
Suarez caught on the outside, and he almost got a fender pull going into turn one. 3 abreast and all the way back at the 6th or 7th row here, and dropping spots as it happens. I did not think we'd see that today.
Well, Daniel got it into the wall there a little bit. I don't think it's enough for him to be worried about.
I don't think he wants to be 3 wide, boys.
Kyle Busch up to 26th. He's not really gaining spots that quickly.
See, Denny makes it 3 wide to the inside. Ooh, oh, the 17 of Buscher had to check up there. So it looked like when Daniel had to go to the outside room and make it 3 wide, he just ran out of room.
I've seen that 17 of Chris Buescher sideways several times catching, and I think it's just all that air 3 wide scenario around him made him really loose. Now the blocking's going to start happening.
Well, it's Tyler Reddick in the 8, and Kurt Busch have linked up on the outside now, looking back from Busch's bumper cam.
Tell you what, William Byron's got a fast car. He's got a good handling car, too. He's been able to make up a lot of spots after coming down pit road. And how about the job? I mean, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., but Justin Haley, that kid's been impressive. I think of starting the season off at the Clash, the Coliseum, how good he was there. Ran pretty good at Daytona. Now here he is up front.
Jamie?
Mike, you could never count college racing out, especially at this style of track. Remember, Justin Haley won at Daytona a couple of years ago. That's his one and only win in the Cup Series. Multiple wins on super speedways in the Xfinity Series. But remember, today he's got an interim crew chief, Caleb Williams, on the box. Trent Owens suspended for 4 weeks. Of course, they lost a wheel back a few weeks ago. So great job for this team coming together here at Atlanta.
Good point, Jamie. They were one of 2 teams that appealed the 4-week suspension for losing the lug nut and wheel.
See you, Sam Duke, in 15 minutes. All right, see you, Winval. Hope you enjoy the game. Hope, actually, I don't have a preference on who wins. My friend's a Duke fan, so it'd be kind of funny to just, like, shit on him. But at the same time, I would love for you to be happy.
I think all those massive runs that they get down that back straightaway shoots them off into the corner. Again, straight on the back straightaway, dog leg on the front, creates a little bit different scenario. But don't you to the corner?
Don't you believe he saw that bump drive from Tyler Reddick to the 31? Justin Haley's going to take the lead there. But you got to believe as much of a pack as these cars are in, not a lot of air getting to the cars further back. And I would think as these laps continue to click off, there's going to be some air pressure that's going to get built up.
Oh, Justin Haley just about fucking wrecked. Justin Haley just about wrecked himself. He lost like 5 spots right there, 7 spots. Yeah, he's just falling back now.
15th different leader. The record, all-time record for Atlanta Motor Speedway in any configuration is 17 different drivers to lead one race, and we're not even to halfway.
I was going to say, we're going to break that. We might double that, Mike.
He's trying to get in. He was trying to cut in right there behind the...
Justin Haley's falling back now to 14th, 16th, 17th, 18th. Probably even farther back, I don't know.
So massive, they're getting Stenhouse right there, shooting to the bottom again. Big runs.
Yeah, now he's out of the top 20, so... Crazy shit happens. Anything can happen so quickly. You know, you could be in the lead 1 second. Oh, now he's making up spots again.
And that's what Ross Chastain, I thought, did so well when he was up front. He never let his car get too far out there for anybody to behind him to get the momentum and build up that, that run.
And look at Kevin Harvick back in the picture. After falling to 12th, he has climbed to 5th.
And that car's wagging its tail. It's still loose. Having to hold on to it in turn 3. It's loose, but it's fast.
Let's have a fucking restrictor plate race at Bristol. I don't even know what you call this type of racing anymore. Like, seriously, what do you call this type of racing? Jaden, what do you call this type of racing? Because it's not restrictor plates. It's not on a super speedway. but it's still like, I don't know.
In stage 2 in Atlanta, in the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500 on Fox.
Welcome to the future. Some assembly required. But if there's one thing this country has always embraced, it's a challenge. And after almost 120 years of building for those challenges, we're taking the vehicles you know by name and making them electric by revolutionizing the way they're built and where they're assembled. Not for the few.
An intermediate super speedway? No, I'm just talking about, like, what do you call the pack racing? Like, what do you call that now? Because, like, you know, it used to be called restrictor plate racing, but they don't actually use restrictor plates anymore. So, like...
Ooh, fast food, baby. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Official breakfast of March Madness.
Score prediction for Spartans versus Blue Devils? Well, what fucking sport is that? What sport is that? I don't even know what sport that is.
I'm defeated, feel mistreated. I'm so angry, I'm singing a song. Cause I'm paying so much for home internet and that's just wrong. I've got T-Mobile home internet. I feel happy.
Oh yeah, I'll check the stream. I set a reminder for it.
How much money I'm saving right now. Wait, really?
I don't even know. Yeah, I didn't even get the notification. And I think the link was on the other stream, so you'll have to resend it. Caution's out. I don't know why.
Ooh. Call Logano. Hey, Joey, you can save money if you fill up a shell if you use Advanced Auto Parts Speed Perks. Dude, I'm way ahead of you. You saved at the pump? Yeah, I saved at the pump.
Oh, I think it was the big one.
You saved at the pump!
Now you can save at the pump when you shop at Advanced Auto Parts. Learn more at advancedautoparts.com/gas rewards.
Now, it's my turn.
No, don't show another fucking commercial after there's already been the big one. Apparently the big one happened under commercial break. Fucking idiots, dude. I fucking hate... Ugh, I fucking hate this broadcasting shit. No fucking...
Cut down a right rear tire and went around in mayhem.
He sure did, and just like the one of Ross Chastain right in front.
Does he have blood on his fucking...
This time collected a lot more cars. Yeah, when you're up front like that, they're two wide stacked behind you. See Tyler Reddick in the outside. Right here.
Hey, look, I wouldn't even be mad if it was side by side. If it's side by side, then fine. Oh, that camera angle didn't even pick it up.
Joy had a rough ride there. Kyle Larson got turned. Joey Logano was in it. Christopher Bell.
Oh, I think Duke wins.
Everybody scrambling for position, stacking everybody up.
Middle, lower.
Boy, nice job making it through there clean.
Let's ride with Kevin Harvick.
That'll get your heart rate up. Nothing he could do, but you could see the car drop down almost like the wheel when the tire went down, the wheel digging into the racetrack right in front of Kurt Busch.
Man, that was a big wreck.
So we're under caution at lap 146. What a great time to welcome Hall of Famer, Cy Young Award winner, Atlanta Brave World Series star, and Fox lead baseball analyst John Spoltz to the booth.
Yeah, how about that? Right?
Your heart
Right
rate
when I got
up there?
Yeah, that's
It's like a clearing the bench situation in baseball, right?
been in a few of those. It's definitely the heart gets racing.
So what do you think? I mean,
Oh, hell no. What are you saying?
Race,
Barcelona 3-0.
Racing out there. What do you think so far?
I've missed a lot. This is my first race. I've been telling me how much I've had a blast, and I've missed a lot. You know, my schedule takes me all over the place. Getting to experience this and see it firsthand, I'm spoiled because I got the cherry on top by driving the pace car, which is undescribable. And I kind of feel like this. It's like
coming into the bases loaded, nobody out and facing Albert Pujols. That's what these guys are doing every single time.
But okay, so you went out there in the pace car, and then you see these guys running 2-3 wide inches away from one another at 190 miles per hour. Are you even able to comprehend what that must be like?
No, the coolest part was watching the rearview mirror of the camera, and you see them all behind you jockeying and getting ready for their warm-up and everything, and you just know they're ready to get unleashed. And what that would be like, I actually asked on the way down here, because I drove about an hour and change to get down here, and what happens if you sneeze? Like, has anybody ever sneezed? I guess you never do because it's mine.
Barely blink, let alone sneeze.
All right,
John, I want to put you inside Kurt Busch's car.
Okay.
And take us through this.
Yeah, this has got to be the quickest reaction you can ever have, right? And that's like getting hit with a line drive right about now. Just got to react as fast as can. And that's why
get that mid up, right?
Sometimes you just can't do anything about it.
That looks to me like facing one of your 90-mile-an-hour sliders.
Maybe being on the other. You know, I always wanted to see what it would like to be on the other side.
Nobody else wanted to see what that was like.
But this truly has been what a blast. I mean, you know, perfect day, perfect weather here in Atlanta, and of course, getting a chance to meet Chase, who went to the school that I helped start, Kings Ridge Christian School, and just getting a really behind-the-scenes look at everything was really cool.
Well, come back and see us and bring friends.
I definitely will.
You look good out there pacing the field. You sure? I mean, we can get you in a helmet. Suited up.
I didn't want to make a viral moment, but I thought about it.
Take off.
That would have been maybe a not good viral moment.
Exactly.
All right. Hall of Famer John Smoltz. Glad to have you with us here. But wow, mayhem. When the 8 car lost a tire and spun in front of the field, Kurt Busch was the first car in. Christopher Bell with minor damage.
Check link.
Got turned, and there's going to be a big, long list of cars that were involved in that one and have some level of damage. Now,
there you go. I have the reminder turned on for it.
No red flags, so cars are being worked on pit road, including Larson, Kyle Busch, Cole Custer, Gilliland. Here's Reddick coming down pit road for a second trip.
I think Kyle Busch wasn't involved in that crash. I think he's just getting repairs from his
for the rest of the competitors.
Last crash.
Now, before they come in, let's look at one of the questions in Clint's Stage 2 contest on the Fox Bet Super 6 app. Good luck. How many lead changes in Stage 2? 0 to 5, 6 to 10, 10 to 15, and lots more.
Well, this kind of racing, it could be anything.
Regan.
Mike, what a recovery so far for the 4-car Kevin Harvick. Big changes on that car early to get it to where it is now. Very happy with that race car at the moment. The 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has been good. Needs more rear grip after that run. He's sliding the back. Jamie?
William Byron says balance on that car really good right now. Good stop for him as well. The 20 of Christopher Bell. They stayed out last time. He's led 16 laps today. Much better that run. No adjustments. 4 tires. Woo! That was tight.
William Byron first off pit road with 2 tires. Harvick, Blaney, and Almirola. And Eric Jones all with big gains on that pit stop. 13 cars were involved in that incident down the front straightaway. We'll give you a look at the list when we come back. PJ McLeod is your leader here in Atlanta.
And it's easy to customize your insurance at libertymutual.com, so you only pay for what you need. Isn't that right, Limu? Limu? Sorry, one sec, yeah. There he is.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
On the front lines, every detail is critical and every second counts. That's why Verizon Frontline is built for 5G to help enhance situational awareness and improve crisis response. Verizon Frontline, the advanced network and technology for first responders.
For March Madness, the Dave single is just $1 in the Wendy's app. Reg!
Lunchtime, baby.
Lunchtime indeed, Reg.
Get a hot and juicy Dave single for just $1 in the app. Choose Wise. Choose Wendy's.
I found the Tundra. We have to take down the security.
All right, the fuse box is right through the store.
I don't care about Barcelona.
Which one is it?
Why do I need to check the link? I don't care about fucking Duke.
Seriously? Guys, abort mission. Get your helmets. You guys are gonna love this thing.
I told you we should have just called them.
See you, win, Val.
The weather tech's here.
WeatherTech is the ultimate protection for your vehicle. Laser measured floor liners, no drill mud flaps, cargo liner, bump step, seat protector, and cup phone.
What about my car?
WeatherTech.
Life can be a lot to handle. But Heinz knows there's plenty of magic in all that chaos.
So different and so new, was like any other.
No matter what you do, who you are, or how much money you earn, when it comes to doing taxes, don't go it alone. Jackson Hewitt Tax Pros will make certain you don't miss out on a single deduction. Get the biggest refund you deserve at Jackson Hewitt.
With Armor All, a little bit of this protects you from a lot of that. Armor All, minimum effort, maximum protection.
Fox Wednesday, The Masked Singer is a showdown between the good, the bad, and the cuddly.
Two celebrities will unmask.
Whoa! Then, it's Tuffle time! Domino Masters is the spring smash hit competition. Incredible! Wednesday is all new. It's The Masked Singer and Domino Masters on Fox.
NASCAR on Fox is sponsored by Ford. Built for America. Under caution with 151 complete because of the Tyler Reddick incident down the front straightaway. Lost a tire. And here are the cars that were involved in the crash. Now, none of them have gone to the garage. All those cars under repair and back out on track. 2 penalties. Martin Truex, too fast exiting pit road. And Daniel Suarez pitting out of the box, which used to be a 1-lap penalty. And now it's a tail end of the longest line. There's our spoiler cam on the back of Kurt Busch's Monster Energy Toyota. Larry has more.
Yeah, Mike, one thing that NASCAR did, they went with the Daytona rules package here for Atlanta because of the speed. So let's go to our Ford Performance Cutaway car, and let's talk about the rear spoiler. Of course, that affects aero drag as far as rear downforce. So here at Atlanta, just like Daytona and Talladega, 7 inches tall. Everywhere else, like the West Coast swing, only 4 inches. So this spoiler here, a lot more drag, a lot more rear downforce. And Clinton, Jeff, that's another thing that causes them to poke a big hole in the air that lets them get these runs on these cars.
No doubt about that. There's a perfect view of it. Right rear quarter panel from Kurt Busch.
Promise you that camera didn't like what he just saw.
No.
Tyler Reddick will be held for 2 laps. Too many men over the wall.
Listen, I was just about to say something about this 18 car of Kyle Busch. Don't count him out yet. He's still on the lead lap. He was making lap times almost as good as the guys in front of him there. They still got a long way to go where they could repair this number 18.
Well, we knew attrition. Anytime you have a super speedway type of racing, attrition, just getting to the end of this thing, avoid.
Yo, is it possible to turn up the TV volume a little more? Yeah. I could do that.
Well, remember, Bubba Wallace at Daytona, he had one right front.
Is that good? Is that good? The only reason I don't have it turned up super high is because it's like I want people to still be able to hear me. But is that a good volume?
Waited a lap to pit, so he was out there, led. Now he's made his pit stop, cycled back to the tail end of the lead lap. We're going to listen to Ryan Blaney's spotter, Josh Williams, on this.
And then, like, also, can you still hear me too?
Behind William Byron and Kevin Harvick.
Okay, start off. 10 away. 5, ready. Ready, green. Here's up 1 off, that 43 compass 2 off. Still 1 back here, help. Still 1 back. 2 back.
Great cooperation on both lines. Harvick and Blaney on the outside. William Byron, Eric Jones on the inside. Harvick and Blaney are still together, though, and look at the advantage.
Yes, sir. That was clutch. Thank you. No problem.
Well, they made that look easy.
Kyle Busch returned to pit road.
Oh, I'm 5 times loud. See, I always underestimate how loud I talk.
And here they come with Harvick in front of
God damn it. Why is he still on pit road?
Eric Jones.
With 18 still on pit road, so now he's going to lose all those laps that they were trying to maintain.
Watching Blaney there.
Fuck this race.
Before that wreck with Logano, his teammate. Now he's got to find a new ally. Those allies are your manufacturer help. And you can see him working with the 4 of Kevin Harvick.
Boy, Blaney tried to dive down in front of William Byron. Couldn't hold the line. Eric Jones doing a nice job.
When you have a big wreck like that, it's new opportunity for new people. Now you see the 10, Eric Almirola, back in the mix. A new car up there, somebody that runs very well on the restrictor plate type tracks.
Harvick's Ford trying to hold off the Chevys of Byron and Jones. Blaney coming up the outside of Mustang. With Almirola.
Look at these motherfuckers.
Caution. Debris on the front straightaway. There's Kevin Harvick's graph of his day. Remember in the early laps when he fell way back in the field. And then at the competition caution, which occurred there at lap 42, they were able to make repairs and get him going again.
Well, it kind of looks like my heart rate through this race. It's been a little bit okay, you know, easy when they get single file. They get back packed up 3 wide where Kevin's been a few times. It's all over the place. But I don't think anybody's line has been any different than that. They've been to the front, they've been to the back, they've been back to the front, all over the place. Backwards at times.
Cole Custer has taken his car to the garage. He was involved in that big dust-up. And Ross Chastain now gets the free pass for the second caution in a row. He's back on the lead lap. We're listening in on Chase Elliott and his team.
Just FYI for you, the guys that we, of the guys that know that blew those right rears, they had more cameras.
Ross gets the free pass. That's good.
That's good to know. Yeah, you can definitely tell when that air comes up. I mean, that's the trend so far.
You're not out of this, yeah. If Ross can come up and win this damn thing, that'll make me one happy fella.
I've seen 2 other guys that you know, especially Chevys, that share information. You want to know what they have, so that's nice that collaboration allows them to understand and know what the camber is and know that it's a little bit more than what Chase Elliott and maybe some of these other Chevys
I don't
have.
get this right very often, Jeff. I want some credit. I called camber, I know it.
Well, you also said they were all the same.
Well, they both had trouble.
Well, let's remind folks of how new this is. This is the first season that teams have ever been able to adjust rear camber before and during the race with independent rear suspension.
Yeah, it has a lot of adjustment in it. Of course, you know, you still got to go through inspection pre-race and post-race.
Pit road is open, but none of the leaders are takers. We still have 26 cars on the lead lap.
Well, I have no expectations for Kyle Busch at plate races. I won't be upset when he wrecks. I mean, my thing is I don't have much expectations for him on plate races either, but I still do get upset when he wrecks because I at least want him to have a good points day, you know? I went to the truck race at Xfinity race yesterday. It was pretty cool, but damn, the food options sucked. Yeah. And I bet the food was super expensive. It was like probably $10 for a pretzel. Some shit like that.
Team is here for you 24/7.
You want to go out, Walter? Let's go.
Pace yourself beside the crystal mountain. So come with me, we'll go and see.
That's incredible. Oh yeah,
It's a Chevy Silverado Trail Boss. This thing's built for off-roading right from the factory.
No, I meant the cat.
It's like nobody's seen a cat before.
Chevy Silverado Trail Boss. Find new friends. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
They didn't even have pretzels. You walked the whole track. That is false. I saw they showed somebody on TV yesterday eating a pretzel. They showed somebody on TV during the broadcast yesterday eating a pretzel. So
Eliminating grays
that
is as easy as
you probably just didn't look hard enough.
With Just for Men Easy Comb in Color. Just twist and comb. Getting natural looking results.
Let's get this meeting started.
Has never been easier. The most
It was $10 for a hot dog, but somehow $7 for a cheeseburger. And I wouldn't buy neither of those things.
You complete me. Should we start a podcast?
You brought some alcohol. I usually try to sneak weed in. I snuck weed into a NASCAR race last year. That was fun. That was a fun time.
Come on! Arby's, we have the meat.
North of us, the city of Atlanta. From our aerial
That pretzel thing was like outside where you buy shirts and shit. Talk about inside the racetrack after the race started.
Here's Atlanta Motor Speedway, newly repaved and reconfigured with much steeper 28-degree banking and a narrow racing surface that is producing.
Wait, why didn't you go to the race today?
Style action today. Kevin Harvick, your leader, William Byron, Eric Jones.
You could have snuck in weed yesterday. Security didn't even check your bag. See, security checked my bag when I went to Pocono, but like I put my blunt in like this little carrying case and I stuck it like deep in my backpack, and they like just very lightly searched my bag. They like opened it, took a quick peek, and then shut it, and they were like, "Okay, you're good." So.
Seen the leader take the inside. Kevin Harvick going to the outside. And to me, it's not as much about the lane, it's who's pushing, right? You just want somebody that you feel like is going to give you the best, most aggressive push to get you out there and get clear. That's exactly what happened.
I live in the other side of Atlanta, so I wasn't trying to come back late. It's felt go to work at 6 a.m. in the morning after. I would have. I'd be like, fuck it. I don't need sleep. I need NASCAR.
We did the last time. Kevin Harvick in the outside lane with Blaney behind him, and Eric Jones is going to be pushing the 24-car William Byron.
You know, every professional sport requires hair-trigger decision-making and reaction. John Smoltz was in the booth with us, the Hall of Famer. How long do you think it takes a John Smoltz fastball from when it leaves his fingers to when it gets to the batter? 2.5 seconds. Faster. I'm under. A third of a second.
What? 2.5 seconds? That's if you throw it.
I thought it was a lot further.
I think I could call a game if it was 2.5 seconds. And here comes the pitch.
Yeah.
Jeff Gordon, is it? Here he comes.
Shows you how much baseball I played.
2.5 seconds.
Best of all, not been so very good to you. All right. That was Chico Escuela.
Dude, we need Jeff Gordon in the booth a lot more.
160 laps complete.
You're about to take my stream to the gym with you, and then everyone at the gym's gonna be like, "Why are you watching some fat ass?" They'll be like, "You need to take that guy to the gym."
See the side draft right there. Kind of disconnected the 12 from the 4. Last time they were both able to clear that inside lane. Now here comes the inside lane climbing their way back. Now double file all the way back.
Yeah, he's like, I think, yeah, we need more Jeff Gordon. He's like, I think he's second to Rick Hendrick in Hendrick Motorsports at this point. I mean, I know after Rick Hendrick retires or dies, Jeff Gordon, like, he will be the owner of Hendrick Motorsports. They've already announced that, but I think Jeff Gordon is like second to Rick Hendrick and like the higher ups of Hendrick Motorsports.
But you're right, not as strong as it was.
Chase Elliott steaming around the outside. He's got Chris Buescher with him 3 wide.
Harvick had a huge run.
Support for somebody to go with Chase Elliott right here, which is not going to happen because Ryan chose that inside or the middle lane.
Chase, man, Chase and Justin Haley were racing hard right there.
And left Buescher and Austin Cindric behind.
It's a long race.
The shadows are starting to get long here in Atlanta. They covered turn number 2 now. Late in yesterday's Xfinity race, it became very hard to see down the front stretch. And we know
yeah, this race has been a lot better than Phoenix. I thought Phoenix was, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. I thought the end of the race was fun last week, but this is definitely way better.
The booth on Saturday, we can take with them on Sunday.
Starting to get bad. You wait another 30, 40 laps here. That conversation, you'll be hearing him on the radio complaining. Glare is super bad listening to that spotter.
When this track was originally built, that was turn 3, and there was a huge row of pine trees back behind the wall that gave some respite from that late afternoon glare.
After a pre-race where they reminded me it's 30 years ago, my first race, I think I remember those pine trees.
They've since passed on. That's how long ago that was.
Ricky Stenhouse, Eric Jones trying to get the inside line moving now. They got a little help from Keselowski here. Christopher Bell thought about dropping down from 5th place, thought better of it.
When I didn't know if he was trying to find some room to make a run on somebody or just get some air to the nose by poking that car out there.
Starting to see a lot of guys jockeying around behind cars in the wake of those cars. It tells me they're getting tight, needing front air on their car to get some downforce on it for turning. Handling issues coming in. Jamie, you got something on us on the 12?
Yeah, Ryan Blaney's had a really good handling car all day and yesterday in practice. They were really happy with it, and he started the race on the front row. But they had a problem on the first pit stop earlier, couldn't get it fueled up all the way. He dropped back, but he's been very methodical. He's been patient, even though he wasn't happy. He stayed in the game and back to where he needs to be. The car's really good right now.
And again, at the top of the show, we talked about, all right, going back to Daytona, these Fords were extremely strong, and now we have Fords. 1, 2, 3. 2 teammates and a Blaney and a 12 for the Penske boys. Back to looking strong. It just seems like they can not only handle, but they can keep pushing. You know, I guess it's not 1, 2, 3, sorry, but they're fixing to be. That's what I'm saying.
Second, third, fourth, but I do think that you bring, or second, third, fourth, but you do bring up a good point. I think that's what's going to play out here as we get later and later into this race, Clint, is the ability to...
Kyle Busch 9 laps down, quite unfortunate. I don't even know why. Like, he wasn't involved in that second crash. He was doing fine for 50 laps riding around, you know? I mean, there was no reason for him to pit under green and lose all those laps. I genuinely don't understand why he did that, and now he's completely out of this race for no reason. Like, you were clearly doing perfectly fine for 50 laps.
Well, Mike, interesting enough, this morning, Matt McCall, his crew chief, told me that race car just didn't have this.
Dude, why did Eric Almirola suck the majority of his time at SHR but finally decide to do good in his last season? God, one thing about Tony that annoys me is he hires crappy new drivers. His OG lineup was the best. Riley Herbst sucks ass. He better not replace Eric. Oh, if Riley Herbst replaced Eric Almirola, well, I mean... Ryan Preece has already been, I don't think it's announced yet that he's taking over the ride, but, he's probably taking over the ride. But if Riley Herbst ever even drives in the Cup Series, that's ridiculous, man.
Today, he maybe doesn't have the handling in the car, but he's going to have to find a way. And you watch, if he's smart, stays out of trouble, he'll be there when it counts at the end.
But it needs a little bit of momentum with him and his organization. Needs a solid run here, get that ball rolling again. And I think that communication that you just heard him talking about is down that thought process for sure.
This track has has hosted NASCAR every season since 1960. That is 116 Cup races, and never have there been more leaders in one race than we've had today.
It's been incredible to watch. I knew from practice that we were
Practice?
quite a show, but
I knew from practice.
These guys have even impressed me more than I thought what we would see today. It's been a lot of fun.
William Byron's Camaro leading the 3 Fords and Christopher Bell's Toyota. That should pass 5 after 173 laps.
For March Madness, the Dave single is just a
Herbst will probably take Harvick's spot. I don't even think he will. I think by the time Harvick retires, it'll be like way past Riley Herbst's time. He won't even last in Xfinity for very long. He is the worst driver I've ever seen in NASCAR history.
Every second counts. That's why Verizon Frontline is built for 5G to help enhance situational awareness and improve crisis.
Yeah, exactly. Put Austin Hill in your fucking... That's a better idea.
First responders. Tomorrow,
We have to move fast.
it's Fox Monday to the rescue. The heroes you love are back together.
I don't know. I think Ryan Preece is a good driver. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I like Ryan Preece. I think he's a talented driver. You know, he did some dumb shit in his time with JTG, but
We're gonna take care of it. It's Fox Mondays to the rescue with 911.
I think he's better than people give him credit for.
I know.
He didn't do that good in JGR's equipment, which is why I'm not a huge fan. He has a good run in the trucks though, yeah. Yeah, didn't he win that race last year at Nashville?
Anything to lift, push, pull, or dig on that job site of yours? Come see old Clarky. You want a warranty? I'll get you a warranty on almost any machine, new or used, we sell. I want your machine to help you get the job done right.
I just remember those days back in like 2018, I think it was, when he was just like killing it in Xfinity. Like he wasn't even full time. He would just come in there for a few races and he would just like fuck everyone up.
That's who I am. That's who I care about.
Travel down to Clarky's to get a machine.
You're watching Fox 68, WSYT 68.1. Welcome back to the Folds of Honor. Quick Trip 500 on Fox. 146 laps to go. William Byron in the lead. We've had a day's worth of excitement. We're not even to the end of stage 2 yet.
Well, we're down about half of our cars, but the next half is putting on a heck of a show. You knew it was going to happen. It was only a matter of time with the runs, the block, everything that was happening so fast for all these drivers.
I was bragging on Kyle Busch, and then just went away, man. Oh, he's got a spin.
Oh, what the hell?
He saved it.
He made a long pit stop.
Man, what is your day, man? What even is this shit?
They're working a lot on that right rear tire, like maybe it had a bunch of camber or toe knocked into it.
What even is this shit anymore?
Big slide.
We can tell that story.
I don't even want to hear Radioactive Tuesday night.
Well, I do want to hear that one.
Yeah, they clean it up pretty well, don't they? And Kyle has taken his car to the garage.
Well, yeah, that seems like that was probably a good idea.
Ricky Stenhouse trying to get to Ryan Blaney and move them up front on the low lane.
That low lane, it's doable, but it seems like the ride in the momentum, on that outside outside line is just so much powerful down the run. Look at the run the 4 car has off the bumper of the 10.
But what I like here is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is able to carry speed in.
Yeah, Kyle's day went from fantastic to complete shit. He led 21 laps today. He was doing really good. And I just don't understand why he even did those pits under green. I don't. Like the repair under green. Like he was doing perfectly fine. I mean, obviously he was running like 25th, but he was doing fine running like, what, 25th for those like 50 so laps after that crash. He was doing fine. There he is.
Kyle Busch walks out of the garage. Incommunicado.
Here's another change for the lead, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Again, he just carries a lot of speed into the corners. Jumps up in front of Ryan Blaney.
This is going to be a show. That's two very aggressive race car drivers for Stenhouse and Blaney, leading the pack, leading the charge with this.
And don't look now. Look who's on the inside lane. Brad Keselowski.
Stenhouse drags the brake just a little bit going off into turn number 3. Trying to stay attached to Blaney.
It really does. It's so stupid too. That's my biggest thing, is that it's just so stupid. It's like you could have tried to make your way back up front, but for whatever reason, you just thought it was a good idea to pit under green. I mean, there probably was an issue, but...
First time we've seen that today.
You heard Stenhouse's spotter giving him that information right now, and it wasn't even about that car behind him. It was about the third place car. That's where that run is generated from. As soon as Blaney in that 12 gets the push from the 24, here he'll come. Be ready for a block. And also manage that lead. Manage that gap with your brakes like you saw him dragging. Do not let yourself get too far out, because that's when that run becomes so massive that he has force to make it a move.
Fire into the bottom. Harrison Burton up on the high side, going 1 lap down. That'll put David Reagan in 26th. Last car on the lead lap. To go in stage 2. Suarez to the inside for 3rd.
Yeah, he had that push from behind. Oh, so close between he and Christopher Bell. Thought they were going to touch. But he had that momentum, Mike. He got the run, but he just wasn't able to clear Christopher Bell.
And that line backs up all the way to Almirola in 6th.
Once you break that momentum, boy,
It definitely starts the process over again. You have to make sure when you get that momentum, you get that run, that there's a gap in front of that car you're trying to make a pass for. There has to be a spot for you to go.
Jamie?
Remember, Daniel Suarez had that pit road penalty for getting outside the box on the last stop. He restarted 18th. Now, on top of that, his cool shirt hasn't been working since the drop of the green flag. He's asked for ice packets when he pits. And look at him rebounding, overcoming those obstacles here in the first half of the race.
Suarez side by side for 4th with Kyle Larson, and we're going to take you Fox side by side with 20 laps to go in stage 2.
Whenever you crack open a Busch Light, the mountain starts singing.
It's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you.
What is going on?
Hit it, Giant Kenny G.
So smooth.
Head for the mountains of Busch Light here.
catch all that?
I'm ready to rip somebody's freaking head off.
Or that? Well, get ready for this, and a whole lot of this. I am Full Throttle. I am Nascar.
Ooh. Call Logano. Hey, Joey. You can save money if you fill up a shell if you use Advanced Auto Parts Speed Perks. Dude, I'm way ahead of you. You saved at the pump? Yeah, I saved at the pump. The pump? The pump. You saved at the pump.
Now you can save at the pump when you shop at Advance Auto Parts. Learn more at advanceautoparts.com/gas rewards.
Now, it's my turn.
It's still the Eat Fresh Refresh, and Subway's refreshing their Italians. So we're taking this to Italy. Because Subway now has Italian-style capicola on the new matzo meat and supreme meats.
Love the smell of Italian food.
Subway keeps refreshing and refreshing. A new era of pro football beginning in April.
The USFL officially kicking off. 8 teams battling in 43 games. It's more football, more opportunity. It's good news. The bottom line is we all love watching football. We're announcing the 8 coach. Good coaching is a great start.
The 2022 USFL draft is open.
First name quarterback Jay Bass entire calendar of football. Whatever it takes to win. Standalone football fans have been waiting for this moment.
Now, spring football is back.
They say big things come in small packages. Well, at Richmond Raceway, big is how we roll. The NASCAR weekend at Richmond Raceway, April 1st to the 3rd. Get your tickets today at richmondraceway.com.
14 laps to go in stage 2. William Byron going it alone on the bottom side. And this time, that's not going to work. He's starting to back up spots and has no friends.
Yeah, they're really lined up on that outside lane. And unless somebody dives in either in front of them or behind them, he's kind of a sit duck there on that inside lane right now.
He took it down, and it almost was clear of his teammate, the 5 of Kyle Larson. He was wanting in. It just...
They're running single file.
Didn't get to clear up, and man,
Gotta love it.
That's going to take him from 4th out of the top 10 back to 12th right.
How many different leaders have we had today? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 different leaders today. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 37 lead changes so far, as if I counted that correctly.
Bubble that's in between each car, and when one closes up, it creates that boost. And that, look at this big run. That's from the boost that was created behind the 20 there of Bell.
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like inside that car. It's like the turbo boost. Turbo boost. But everybody explains that situation a little bit different. You said energy, momentum, however you want to call it. But I dig boost. It's a new one.
11 laps left of the stage.
Going 1 lap down, running just the Super Speedway races on the schedule. So that leaves us 25 cars on the lead lap. And now Joey Logano, the first car 1 lap down in the free pass position. And we're stuck. Jamie Mack?
Yeah, guys, I just sit here watching Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson. No better time to plan what you might do at the end of the race than as we get close to the end of the stage. Obviously, Stenhouse is going to want to win this, but we saw Denny Hamlin make that move kind of late into turn 3 earlier in the race. Just curious to see what Blaney's going to do here.
Man, this race is so good.
But Jamie, that's what I like is that they can make the move, right? 47 went around.
Oh, what the fuck? There goes Stenhouse. Oh, man. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh, my God. A wreck from the lead again. Oh, man. And there... Fuck you, Syndic, you little bitch. Eric Jones just can't figure it out. Yeah, fuck you, Harvick. Take that, you suck fucking bitch. Stenhouse wrecks. Syndic, you fucking cunt.
Leading this group has not been good, especially for those Chevrolets.
And I just wonder, are you using...
Who is it? Stenhouse was wrecked from the lead. Collected Syndic, Harvick. I don't remember who else.
Is the collaboration working together. Oftentimes, you learn faster nature that way, but if
Eric Jones.
If somebody's off in that mentality the least little bit, chances are everybody else has that same setup in their car.
All right, let's see what happens to Stenhouse here. 47.
Enters into turn 3, boom. You can see exactly the same situation that happened with the 8 of Tyler Reddick. The tire goes down. You can see the wheel digging into the racetrack, creating that streak.
Blaney got through. Kyle Larson got turned by Christopher Bell. The 20 is trying to avoid here. Oh. Or vice versa. And we're going to ride with Daniel Suarez.
It's too bad damage there on the floor.
43, don't let him put you in the middle. You're good. Watch him here. Come on to the bottom. You're good. You're good. You're gonna have him.
You saw the damage on Kevin Harvick's car. Here's how he got it.
That's 48 again. Running easy. Hold your line. Go hard.
He slowed down plenty early.
You heard him try to. He got on the gas and was thinking he was going to get by them, but he couldn't because the 43 was right in his way.
Yeah,
He saw him coming up.
all the momentum came right back up top.
Oh man, that was a hard hit.
Austin Cindric, a victim.
Yeah, just got sent right into Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Eric Jones had woed up for Stenhouse coming up the track and was going to miss him, and he got tagged hard by Harvick.
I wanted Eric's disgrace ass to get the 43. You don't like Eric Jones either? You don't like Eric Jones either? Oh my god. How do you not like Eric Jones, my dude? It's the Jones boy.
He was spinning. You saw that right rear tire flat yet once again.
So Larry, 8 laps to go in this stage. What do we do now?
Now, my thing is, I'm just disappointed in Eric Jones. Like, that's where I stand. It's like, I love Eric Jones. I'm just disappointed. Because, like, I don't know. Like, he was supposed to be, like, the next big thing. Like, I had watched him pretty much since he got into NASCAR. I think I watched his first ever truck win.
Getting repairs, track sweeper, and wreckers out.
And it's like, I just really wanted to see him, like, go from the lowest rank to the highest rank, and it just doesn't seem like he's doing that very well. You know, he got those 2 wins, and obviously that's amazing, but I don't know.
And suddenly the attrition rate has grown much higher. Boy, Ryan Blaney really had his work to do to get through there, and did. That was a close call.
Very, very close. Listen, on this style is pack racing. You got to have some luck to go along with a good handling, fast race car.
Seven laps to the end of this stage. This is the 7th caution flag of the day. 17 different leaders. That ties a record. 36 lead changes so far. We saw this shirt last week, and
Says does not listen or follow directions.
That reminds me of somebody I used to work with.
Hold on, with you coming in the booth, we thought that we would present you with.
Me?
How about
Me?
that? Yeah,
That shirt's for you.
It seems to. Oh,
I mean,
maybe I was mistaken.
maybe. I mean, Baby Yoda.
That shirt's hilarious.
Spotters up there were thinking the same thing about their drivers, but yeah. Maybe it is for me.
does not listen or follow directions.
I want to get our producer to be able to tell you the truth about who listens and who doesn't up here.
They're going to open pit road this time.
That was wrong, Boyer. Wrong.
Probably the first 10 or so will stay out. Stage points here shortly. 3, 6, 8. First 8 stayed out. Most everybody else comes in. Jamie?
Daniel Suarez, remember, he slid through his box last stop, and he hits his marks perfectly this time. A little bit tight for the 99. Really nice recovery. You saw that tear off come off the windshield for clear vision. A 4-tire stop here, no adjustments.
Now, these are all cars that were running just at the back of or outside
inside the top 10 that are stopping now. Under caution with 6 to go in the stage, Kevin Harvick.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably served and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
Well, that was a colossal experience.
Oh, we gotta come back.
Don't worry, it's already scheduled. And next time, maybe we bring some friends.
Hey, now that's a great idea.
Oh, yeah!
It's that time again. Sneakers squeaking, balls bouncing, refs whistling, and fans eating Arby's Reuben while they coach from their living rooms. Arby's, we have the meat.
Getting the incredible iPhone 13 without T-Mobile makes as much sense as playing hide and seek.
Ready or not, here I come!
In the desert.
Really, guys?
T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places. And now, when you switch, you can get iPhone 13 on us and 1 year of Apple TV Plus for free.
You're not gonna fit in that hole.
Don't look any further. Unlock the full power of iPhone 13 on us at T-Mobile.
I need to try it first.
The chicken or the egg? The question isn't which came first. It's which comes with peanut butter. Duh.
Sandwiches shouldn't come from a tanning salon. They should be served straight from the fryer and piping hot. That's Kentucky Fried to order. KFC, it's finger licking good.
You think the kids are having this much fun?
Oh, yeah. I think they're having a blast.
Welcome back to Atlanta. 119 laps to go as they work to try to get Ricky Stenhouse's car repaired and back out there after bringing out this caution at lap 201. Regan?
Mike, some interesting radio on the 45 car of Kurt Busch as he was getting onto pit road into his pit stall.
I think we're going to get a one-lap shootout for the end of the stage. Maybe 2.
Jimmy, what is it like? And can you see that in the data with that car bouncing so bad? I know he's been complaining all day long about that bouncing. Is there anything you can see there?
Yeah, Regan, I mean, just looking at that video footage, you can see as he turns the transition, it looks like from the concrete to the asphalt, that car starts bouncing, and obviously at that point, you're trying to get in your stall as fast as you can. As the front's bouncing, it's going to want to lock those front tires up, so real challenge for Kurt Busch getting in his pit stall.
Now watch what happens to Christopher Bell's jackman, David Odell, a 13-year veteran of Joe Gibbs Racing. He gets plonked right here by the right front, keeps his balance, and gets the car in the air, new to this team since last week. Right in there. Oh, no. And that's removing equipment, and the 20 will restart in the rear. We're coming green. Blaney's Ford.
All right, back. Oh, it's 3-lap shootout. All right. All right, back green. Let's see the fuck happens here.
I'm really surprised with the damage that Kyle Larson has on the front of his car. He didn't choose to go to the outside. We'll see how much that damage costs him in speed. But with a massive push with Chase Briscoe and his teammate Chase Elliott, both chases behind him, doesn't seem to matter right now. You can see how draggy his car is. I think that is affecting him.
I mean, heck, the front
Draggy his car is. Clint Boyer just said you can see how draggy his car is. I mean, I got exactly what he means, but that's just a weird way to describe it.
Or the end of Daytona.
Don't get out too far, Blaney.
Oh, shit, there we go. Oh, man. And there goes my win pick. And there goes Dom's win pick. So, and Jaden's win pick already fucked up a long time ago, so.
Pulling him back. I think Denny was just trying to push him. Almost the same situation as his teammate Kyle Busch pushing the 3 car earlier.
Literally the exact same situation. I agree with you. The dragginess of the 5 had him slowed down even more, creating that big push from the 11, turned him around.
AMR safety crew is right there, but looks like Larson wants to drive that thing away. Watch the 11 of Hamlin. Larson.
So he gets locked onto him right here. When he gets to the right rear, just push it. Finally gets down to the left rear. And he just...
Chase Elliott took a shot in the right door.
Right, and I'm wondering if that will hurt that toe link that we talk about on the right rear, because it hit him pretty solid in the right rear.
Maybe he got the door.
Hopefully.
I think he got the door of the 9.
Head.
I mean, we talk about pushing late in the stages.
One back both lanes, 2 back both lanes, 1 more lap at the line here. Wreck him behind you. Keep coming, keep him below there. Cautions out.
We talk about how late in the stages you just can't push at the end of these races. And I think that's more than ever is the 99.
Come to the bottom here, come to the bottom.
Suarez gets through there clean, but Clint, I know that these guys are going to get aggressive at the end of the stages into this race, but you just can't push in the corners or off the exit of the corners these days. Or I mean, in at this track.
Watch Kyle Larson.
Man, these races this year have been so good.
I mean, I feel like the 11 was pushing.
You wrecked, bro. It's not on at the gym. Oh,
But then as the
fucking Larson and Hamlin.
To the left, and that once you get to that left rear bumper, you're around.
So this will end stage 2. Ryan Blaney gets his 2nd stage win of the season and the 22nd stage win of his NASCAR Cup Series career.
For Toyota, racing isn't all about the numbers. Like 162 Cup wins.
Or 3 Cup Series championships.
How about those 3 Daytona 500s?
It's about the thousands of bumps and bruises. It's the millions of fans and the endless rain of confetti.
It's the countless I love yous.
Our success is in a generation of memories. Here's to the next.
Your mission, stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates...
Hopefully Byron and Elliott next. I want a first-time winner. Oh, you want them to wreck next? Damn. We already saw a first-time winner last week, bro. Nah, I'd love to see another one, though. No such thing as too many first-time winners. I always love to see it.
Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Rinvoq.
And it's easy to get a quote at libertymutual.com, so you only pay for what you need. Isn't that right, Limu? Limu? Sorry, one sec. Oh boy. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Ego, Milwaukee, Steel, all the top-rated brands, all run on their own single battery system, and all come from...
I'll be back. I gotta send my dogs out. Send my dogs out real quick, and then I'll be right back.
Breakfast bacon eater for Reggie.
Breakfast baconator for Reggie.
Ooh, fast food, baby. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's. Official breakfast of March Madness.
Getting ready for stage number 3 here on the newly reconfigured Atlanta Motor Speedway. They have truly made this into a super speedway with 28-degree banking, narrowness in the turns compared to the old configuration. It's to Ryan Blaney's liking. He is the winner of stage number 2. Didn't get any points in stage 1, which was won by William Byron. 30 cars still running. 22 on the lead lap. It'll be 23 when we restart. Alex Bowman will get the free pass. And a number of cars with a bit of damage incurred in, any one of the 8 cautions so far today. Here they all come, Regan.
Well, Mike Chase Elliott with that 9 race car, just a little bit too loose with it right now. They've been using camera pictures from the outside of the racetrack to check on the damage on the door of that car from that last wreck. You see him having trouble getting the jack under it right now. And the 6 car, Brad Keselowski, quiet on the radio in there, still continuing to have a solid, steady, and clean run today, Jamie.
Ryan Blaney in the 12, he's a little tight when he was in traffic, but once he had that clean air, that car was good. Hooked up for the 12, and look who's back. Chase Briscoe, last week's winner, had problems early in this race, battled his way all the way to finish 3rd in that stage. His pit stop is complete in the number 1 box, Mike.
Here's the Ram race off pit road. William Byron picks up 5 spots. Justin Haley +7. Joey Logano +8. Logano had been a lap down, got the free pass 1 caution ago.
Style after stage. Ryan Blaney's border up in the Fox Sports booth. Man, it sure seems hectic out there from this glass. I can't imagine what it's like from your windshield. Tell us what it's like. Tell us how you're going to win this race.
Yeah, it's definitely hectic. It's the runs you get are really, really big. It's hard to defend if you're the leader. And the cars aren't handling very great either. You know,
I've returned.
It's very different Atlanta than what we're used to. It's going to win that stage with our body over.
I am back.
Hopefully we can just stay in it, stay in the fight, be there at the end. You never know what can happen in this thing.
All right, buddy. Thanks for your time.
That poor thing.
Ryan Blaney, your stage 2 winner in Atlanta. He won here last year.
Sandwiches shouldn't come from a tanning salon. They should be served straight from the fryer and piping hot. That's Kentucky Fried to order. KFC, it's finger looking good.
You love closing a deal, but hate managing your business from afar. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
We took the truck that helped build this country and made it so it can power our homes. We took the vehicles businesses use to keep the lights on and made them run on the same thing that turns the lights on. We took the original 0 to 60 head turner and gave it 0 tailpipe emissions. We took the familiar and made it revolutionary.
So with Geico, we can easily bundle home and car insurance and save even more?
Yeah, home, car, motorcycle, all bundled together. Just like that breakfast burrito.
So can I get chorizo?
Yeah, Mr. Forrest, yes.
Carnita.
Just chicken. Just give me a bunch of chicken.
Oh, bacon?
Oh, wait, there isn't too much hot sauce, is there? I have a sensitive palate.
I actually like hot sauce. Can I get chips?
How about guacamole?
Don't really know what we're talking about anymore.
Burritos.
Okay. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
I'm stuck in this infinite time loop thing, so nacho fries never leave the menu.
She's violating the nacho fries limited time. Say goodbye to Friday!
Sponsored by Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR. 110 laps to go in Atlanta, and Denny Hamlin and crew chief Chris Gabehart talked about it on the radio. Too much damage on the left rear, and Hamlin has gone to the garage.
He's dog tracking, boys. Really bad, and I think a lot of that's coming from the left rear, but both sides of it messed up. Man, so much promise for the Gibbs boys, both him and his teammate Kyle Busch.
Hamlin's out of the race
running up front where they needed
for the. Well, no, he wasn't. He didn't DNF last week. He DNF the week before, right?
We'll restart on the front row alongside the Chevy.
All right, going back green. 107 laps, 108 laps to go.
Greg Biffle in the top 5. As we get ready to restart, here they come to the Geico Restart Zone.
You're ready to block the 19, he's on you. 20, push the 23, half off him. Be ready to stay with him here. Stay with him. 23 is going to be on the 19, one off you.
It's Frank Kimmel, the spotter for the 99, the leader.
Shave whichever lane you want. He's off, 23's off.
Biffle is in 6th. Well, he's in 8th now.
Larson has taken his car to the garage.
Larson's done.
From damage with the crash with Hamlin. 5 cars, single file out front.
And I just wonder, are these guys going to pay attention to what we've seen now happen twice off of turn 4? Guys locking bumpers, trying to push. They're going to calm down a little bit here, Clint, to get to the end?
Well, you would think, but I mean, look at the opportunity that's, you know, those crashes create for 23 Bubba Wallace. You know, you saw Greg Biffle in the 44 car up there. Chastain's still in this thing, getting into trouble early, back in the mix of this.
Been an up and down day for Toyota drivers. Their top performers, positions 2 through 5, Truex, Wallace, Bell, and Kurt Busch. While Hamlin and Kyle
Fortnite removed building. Good. Fucking finally, dude. Oh my god. Fucking thank God.
I think that's exactly what they're doing. All right, guys, let's settle in. Still a long road to hoe to get to the end of this. Need to ride for a little bit.
The front 8 single file, Chris Buescher to the inside to make a pass for ninth.
One thing that scares me, again, if I'm riding, if I'm out here and I know that these Chevrolets keep having trouble with a right rear tire, I'm looking up there and seeing Swears in that 99 car, the only one that hasn't had trouble leading this race.
Yeah, and we know it's come pretty much almost every time from the leader.
How could that be a combination of rear camber and clean air?
Well, there's just so many new things about this car and the air that works underneath the car. There could be something to that.
Be 103 laps to go when they come back. Daniel Suarez out front as we give you a Nascar on Fox. Rank it up. Martin Truex wants the lead on the inside, and he's got help. Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Joey Logano.
You saw the 99 of Suarez think about blocking Truex as he made that move into turn 3. Thought better of it. Way too early to be putting those big blocks. He's still in the game.
And you heard Mrs. Pickup and his spotters, you know, his pitch.
His tone, yeah, exactly.
So many times you can tell, you can't see it, but you can tell by the pitch in their voice the magnitude of the situation that's behind you.
Here's your Xfinity fastest last lap. Lap 226 of this race. Corey LaJoie quickest. Josh Bilicki. Lord Jones, Brad Keselowski.
Tells you the power of that draft. This guy's probably a little bit further in the field.
Clint, what'd you call it yesterday? A PR lap?
PR lap.
where you catch the pack.
Well, you feel that the last time.
The fuck, these fastest laps?
Riding around, trying to watch all these guys make those mistakes, keeping a gap in between there. As they do that, there's another 5 cars out. There's another 5 cars you're gonna have to do.
Oh man, I thought they were about to wreck right there.
I mean, the fastest last lap.
9 car make that move 3 wide on the back straightaway.
Yeah, Chase Elliott had an issue on that last pit stop. Remember the damage as the 11 car, or the 5 car, sorry, when he was spun, hit that right side door of the 9. They had some issues getting the jack underneath the right side, lost a lot of positions. Now he's back up front battling for the lead.
Yeah, they bent the jack post. So the last time by, the fastest lap, Greg Biffle back in 16th and Josh Bilicki in 21st because they were catching the pack.
Again, I'm going back to that conversation. I got excited when I saw the 9 and Chase Elliott make that move, go 3 wide. But so many times when you're riding back there at Daytona, it's so important to keep that gap, because if it does wreck, again, that's what you're riding back there to do, to try to attrition, get to the end of this race. And when that happens, you get such a massive run, it'll actually hit the chip back there.
Yeah.
Martin Truex, going for the lead, has the fastest lap of the entire race, 187.7 miles per hour.
You see that crowd, the local boys back up front, strong race car. Got to find new friends. All of his teammates have had trouble. Kind of likes what he sees.
Suarez back to the point with a big run.
He's got a pretty good helper right there behind him in Daniel Suarez.
Flip side of that conversation, Martin Truex, all of his teammates have had trouble. Got the Toyota of Bubba Wallace right there behind him.
And it's not that Martin Truex Jr. stayed out of trouble. He's been in plenty of trouble. Jamie?
Martin Truex Jr., one of those teams that actually gave up the handling of the race car for speed, so they were disappointed when qualifying got rained out this weekend. But James Small told me if they could just get to the front, they thought they'd have a great shot at it today. And so far, car has been decent, just lacking grip earlier like most cars, but he's hanging on to it up at the front.
I'm not sure if anybody's had an uneventful day.
And then the 22, Joey Logano, right back in the mix. We saw him stalled out down there, had mud all over the place, a bunch of Band-Aids on the
Man,
right
this is
side.
awesome.
Still digging. But kind of much like
This NASCAR stuff is just awesome.
I think if I'm Joey Logano, knowing I have that front damage, I'm probably not going to put myself out there in front until the time's right. Need to be pushing.
And here's Jamie with Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson hasn't had a chance to see it yet. You and Denny Hamlin, friends, the racers, and then you guys have this incident together. But what happened there, Kyle?
Just coming to the end of the stage, and he's just trying to help me get a run down the front, and just got to me in the corner, and I think got me loose. So hate that happened, but he's just kind of a product of this racing, and product of pushing and trying to draft and just get your lane going. So I mean, nothing's intentional. Obviously, I wish we were out there, both of us racing, but the good thing is we have a win already. You know, 2 DNFs in a row isn't what we want, but our HinderCars.com Chevy's fast, so you were able to drive to the front a few different times and get a couple different wrecks. So I was happy with the car. The handling was off early, but we got it better, and I thought the speed was there to contend. So just move along and go have some fun on a road course.
Thanks, Kyle.
Jeff, you said it. You know, earlier, what was it, 10, 15 laps ago? We're single file. Everybody's kind of calmed down. And now, even with 90 laps to go, here they are door to door again going for it.
Somebody else had a different agenda.
Yeah, this looks like a 180 mile per hour pace lap. Back to Jamie.
Denny Hamlin involved in that same incident. You tried to continue and couldn't, Denny, but sum up what it's been like for you guys today in racing here.
Yeah, we had a really fast Camry, just trying to help Kyle there, and I just needed to let him go off of turn 4. The track gets light there, the car starts to lift up, and that's where I needed to back off of him, and just didn't, and spun him out. But yeah, it's a shame. Our car was really fast. You know, we definitely got slower after the first part of the damage when we were in that first wreck, but overall, it's just, you know, frustrating. But I mean, we're running well. We're just finishing horrible, and you know, I'm just making some bad decisions, and you know, it's easy to, in retrospect, to say, well, I should have done this. I know I should have done that, but in the moment, you know, you're trying to battle for some stage points there. You're like, okay, we got good grip. I'm pushing him. Everything's going well, and all of a sudden the car lifts up and he's gone. So it's just something in the split-second decision making you don't really come to you.
It's been a tough start to the season for the 11 team, Mike.
That had happened, Jamie. He's still looking for his first top 10 finish of this year. 5 races in.
Bubba's running in third.
Daniel Suarez is using what we used to call the chrome horn to try to move forward. That front bumper, he's giving it a workout.
And he's going to do it right there again. You see the punch, but the accordion effect, you have to be careful as you're hitting those guys. It's so important for a Christopher Bell spotter to be dead on point with that connection. As soon as the 99 gets to him, you have to tell him. That way you don't accordion effect and run over those 2 cars.
Pushing on the straightaways can work. Just I wouldn't be doing it through the corners.
You can tell by his hands right there. He got super loose getting into the corner, had his hands full with the Christopher Bell in the 20 right on his rear bumper.
86 laps to go as the sun gets down into the glare zone off to the west. We're going to take you Fox side by side.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Wow.
Perfect.
I think red is more me. Giddy up.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
They say that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one single step. But maybe it begins with one single start. Turn, bump, grind, pit, pass, win.
It's crazy what happens on the last lap here.
67 degrees in Hampton, Georgia.
That journey starts here. I am the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. I am NASCAR.
At USAA, we've been called too exclusive because we were created for officers. But as we've evolved with the military, we've grown to serve all who've honorably served, no matter their rank or when they were in. A Marine just out of boot camp, or a petty officer from 73, and even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably served and their eligible family members. Are we still exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
For March Madness, the Dave single is just $1 in the Wendy's app. Reg.
Lunchtime, baby.
Lunchtime indeed, Reg.
Get a hot and juicy Dave single for just $1 in the app. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
It's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush. Like
After the bloodline slipped through his fingers, will the Beast Brock Lesnar get payback on the Universal Champion Roman Reigns ahead of their title unification match at WrestleMania? Find out on an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Catch all that? Get ready for this. I am Full Throttle. I am NASCAR.
81 laps to go in Atlanta, an eventful day. And the hometown favorite, Chase Elliott, out in front of Daniel Suarez, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, and William Byron. Time for today's Credit One Bank Ones to Watch.
I'd say the one I'm watching is that 99 Daniel Suarez running second right now. I'm telling you, he's action track everywhere around him. You got a new configuration. We had a new winner last week, and I think you're going to have another new winner again here today in Atlanta.
Well, Clint, I've got my eye on Joey Logano on that 22 car. Up at the front from the drop of the green flag, involved in the crash at lap 144, went a lap down, got the free pass back at lap 200. He's back up inside the top 10. We talked about it in the pre-race. He loves new racetracks.
There's only been one Georgia driver win here at Atlanta. Austin Bill from Dawsonville. Well, his son Chase Elliott is up front right now, and I think we're going to get a second Georgia winner. It's been a heck of a sports year for Georgia. Let's go, Chase Elliott.
I'm keeping my eye on the 20 of Christopher Bell. They've come from mid-pack today. They've overcome issues on pit road. It is Jackman, who's still in the infield care center, by the way, but they're keeping their focus, keeping it up there in the top 5. I'm keeping my eye on the 20.
Ryan Blaney has been to the Luck Bank several times today. He must be Irish. St. Patty's Day and all that. No, he's really good on super speedways. Still think he's owed one after that Daytona 500. Maybe today. And that's your Credit One Bank Ones to Watch. You know how much mail we're going to get that you picked the Henry car, and it just happened to be the one leading?
Single file freight training.
Right now.
What does a vice chairman do anyway?
Run that car. Make sure that car's
Here's what I learned, Mike. I'm the guy when things don't go well that gets the call.
Oh, that's fair enough. Things have settled down into an orderly procession, at least through the first dozen or so spots. I mean, what a crazy race this has been. Now, still on the lead lap, Cody Ware, Corey LaJoie, BJ McLeod, Josh Bilicki, all still on the lead lap. Top 20 drivers right now. 76 laps to go.
There's plenty of guys out there that I would have said they're out of this race a long time ago. And man, it's unbelievable the perseverance, adversity that a lot of these teams are facing to try to patch these cars up, as well as what the drivers are having to do to stay in this thing to get to the end.
One lap down, we've got David Reagan and Kevin Harvick. Harrison Burton down 2, McDowell down 3, Gilliland 5, and Reddick 7. But 9 cars out of the race also. Jamie.
Just an update. I had mentioned the 20 Jackman. He is out. He's being treated right now, but has not been released. Kyle Busch's Jackman. Kellen Mills is going to be at the helm for Jackman. So obviously these guys all train together, but their timing together as a unit in a race has not happened yet. So he'll fill in for the remainder of this race.
Thanks, Jamie.
That's a good call.
Chase Briscoe with a little push there on Bell, and we'll watch it. What's the difference between, hey, come get me, come give me a push, and get off me?
He's been moving up. Every lap I've been watching him move up to the outside, coming off of turn 4 high, and then he swoops down and gets this huge run down the front straighter right to the back bumper of Christopher Bell. That's been going on about every single lap. Something that he's been working on, and something that could get him a win at the end of this thing. Those pushes, those runs have to be generated from something, and him moving up and making that happen, it's just exactly what he's working on.
Yeah, he's just storing that in the bank for later. You saw.
See, he move up right here. Watch this. He's going to move up, and then he'll get this massive run up off the corner and right to the back bumper. He's actually having to lift right there because of it.
And we saw it last time by Christopher Bell putting his hand out the window saying, that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. Right. Uh-oh.
Caution, debris. In
Caution's out.
3 and 4. It's the 9th caution today. Comes out at lap 254.
Ooh. See some damage.
Well, now that we have a caution, I'm gonna get my dogs in, and I'll be right back.
Because for the first time this year, you know who won Clint's money?
Nobody.
Correct.
No one.
I ain't the Jeff Gordon factor, and I'm not picking. It's this racetrack. How are you going to pick anything that's going on in here today? Everybody tried to forecast what was going on. I love the action here in Atlanta.
So nobody went for 6 for 6 on the Fox Bet Super 6 app. So Clint's $10,000 is safe this week. If he doesn't spend it, he'll have another chance to win next week.
My baby give you a ride home this week. I can afford it.
You're going to pay for all of our ride home.
So Larry, 71 laps to go. If you pit now, where are you on fuel?
It's right there on the threshold, Mike, but I do believe when we've got 22, possibly 23 drivers on the lead lap, you will see them all hit pit road because, again, it almost depends on how much you're wide open throttle. If you're leading, obviously you're not getting as good a fuel mileage, but I think everybody comes here, packs that thing full of fuel, and see where we go from there.
David Reagan, Georgia driver, is the free pass car, running just the super speedways this year. Next Sunday on Fox, wow, things are bound to get weird down in Austin. Who can outlast the rest of the best on the first road course race of the season and capture the checkered flag? NASCAR from the Circuit of the Americas next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. And Jeff Gordon is keeping the seat warm for Tony Stewart next week.
Oh, hey, Tony did a great job in Daytona, so enjoyed listening to him. I think he's a pretty good road racer, too, to have.
He is, but that's a cool racetrack and a cool venue, and I can't wait to get down there.
Regan?
You see Chase Elliott on the top of the screen, or on the left of the screen there. He's going to get 4 tires of fuel. A little concern over that jack. If they could get it under there still. Looks like it's so far so good. Quiet on the radio for Chase. They're going to get every drop of fuel in it that they can for this last run. Jamie?
Christopher Bell, really nice run there. The last stint, running in the top 5. There's that jack man, Kellen Mills, trying to jack the right side of the car. Obviously wearing a different uniform. This pit stop, the 99. Daniel Suarez, right side tires, only a little bit tight for him. 14 of Chase Briscoe, pretty good. Good stop for him as he pulls out of his number 1 box.
Yeah, Suarez had to wait for the call to leave because they were trying to pack that car full of fuel. Look at the 2 tire stops and the big gains coming off pit road. Well, this may change everything here. Caution flag with 70 laps to go in Atlanta.
At USAA, we've been called to.
What are you doing on my desk?
Created for officers. As we've evolved with the military,
What do you think you're doing? What is that? What's that in your mouth?
No matter
Give me
the
that.
rank,
Give me that.
never
Hey, give me that.
a Marine just out of boot camp.
Give me that.
Petty
Give me
officer
that.
for
You're
73.
disgusting. Oh my
And
god.
even his kids and their kids. USAA is made for all who honorably serve.
Okay,
and their
fine.
eligible
Chew
family
on it. Choke and
members.
die. I don't care.
Exclusive? Absolutely. And that's exactly why you should join.
When you step into a new day, determined, committed, willing to take on whatever's asked of you, that new day is yours to own, yours to shape, and yours to be proud of. Ram, J.D. Power's #1 brand in your vehicle quality.
Right now, during Ram Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months on the 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn.
eBay Motors has parts for new cars, new parts for old cars, and new parts for cars about as old as I am.
Who's a good girl?
122 million parts.
Who's a good doggy?
Get all the right parts.
Let me get your medicine. Let me give you your medicine. There you go. Swallow it. That's a good girl. You're a good girl, Sheena. I need to try it first.
Having a 5G phone that's not on T-Mobile makes as much sense as playing.
Tony Stewart next week at Coda. That's cool. Oh, I didn't hear that, but that's cool.
Get out of the penalty box with 5G coverage like this. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone.
Tyler Reddick is done.
T-Mobile, more 5G bars in more places. Another reason T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
For March Madness, the Dave single is just a buck in the Wendy's app. Reg.
Lunchtime, baby.
Lunchtime indeed, Reg.
Get a hot and juicy Dave single for just a buck in the app. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Life can be a lot to handle. But Heinz knows there's plenty of magic in all that chaos.
So different and so new, what's like any other?
welcome back to the Folds of Honor. Quick Trip 500 on Fox. 68 laps to go. Eric Almirola is your race leader. That is a tilt-a-whirl. You see this at carnivals all over the place. You kind of look like you're skydiving there. But basically, you're just spinning around, and it leads us to the case of the leading but spinning Chevrolets today.
Right rear tires have been the name of the game. There's one right there, the first one with Ross Chastain, and then Tyler Reddick. Right rear goes down again, causing a massive pileup. You can see him stacking up, and here's the third one. Again, at the start of the field, it's something about that leading the pack. Right rear tires going down, creating melee for everybody behind him.
Sheena, what are you doing? Sheena, what are you doing?
Eric Almirola is now out front after...
Eric Almirola's leading?
But what about fuel? Can they go the distance?
But are we in a bad spot here if we lead? So you as the leader, we're right on our number. So do all you can for us right here. You just go hard, then we'll worry about it coming. I assume we're not going to go 66 straight flag laps to the end either.
Well, that would be the smart money, wouldn't it?
I think you want to pad that fuel tank just a little bit. You don't want to be right on the number.
Drew Blickensderfer, the crew chief for Almirola there.
Those guys always try to, factor in some green-white checkers if that comes. Very possible it could.
Tony Stewart.
We've got a development.
Yeah, I was going to say.
What happened here, Tony? Just a scooter accident?
I was so...
When did Tony Stewart become the tire guy?
Dressed he was.
Tony Stewart's got an arm brace. What did Tony do? Tony, my man. And now he's a tire cleaner guy. He's the owner of the team, 3-time Cup Series champion, and now he's cleaning tires.
Tires that he was looking at right there don't seem to be an issue whatsoever. You've seen those guys get away with 2 tire stops and things like that. Would certainly be with 60 laps to go. Be nervous about those right rears again.
Well, it's not unusual, right? A newly paved racetrack, it's always a concern that you're going to...
Yeah, he's cleaning the tire with his hands, bare hands.
Tires and have some issues. It's just odd to me that it's coming on the right rears. Probably like a right...
Definitely, but I still think, I don't think that's chasing it on a Goodyear's perspective. I think these teams maybe getting a little bit greedy with their cameras and getting that inside shoulder hot, like you're saying.
We're going to listen to Drew Herring, Martin Truex's spotter, on the restart for car number 19.
Drew Herring is a spotter now? When did Drew Herring become a spotter? The only memories I have of Drew Herring is that there was like some races where he would like qualify the car, like the Xfinity car, when like the Cup drivers were up like doing other races and shit like that. He'd be like a relief driver.
See that outside lane, how well formed up it is. Guys aggressive.
Look at this top 4 right here. Almirola, Byron, Bubba, and Blaney. It's fun. Fun times.
You always know what's aggressive of bump drafting when you start to see the hood flaps flopping around. That shows you how tightly packed up they are to the rear bumper of the front bumper.
Looks like pace laps at 180 miles an hour plus.
I'm just trying to figure out if I'm inside one of those cars, especially back 3rd row, 4th row back, which one of these lines can I make the best, moves in? Most of the race, it seems like that outside line's been pretty good and where I would want to be. But again, it's all about the company within those lines.
Chevy leading 2 Fords. Byron in front of Almirola on the outside, Blaney on the inside. Here comes the Toyota. Bubba Wallace with a pull. $16 cars with a gap. Back to the second group.
was a move.
Yeah, I saw it. I was wondering if Eric Almirola was going to be content in that second spot. Well, guess what? Bubba Wallace behind him in third was not.
Bubba made that nice drop-down move and then detached the lead duo from the two-wide pack. Now they've caught back to it. Let's listen to Freddie Kraft. Bubba Wallace is caught.
Half lane up to the 12. Don't get too far out here. One back to the 12, backing off for a run. Protect right rear. Protect right rear. Half back top. Don't let him up top. In line with you. Two back to the 19 on the bottom. So two back bottom. Half back 12, try for a run here. Keeping your bearing. Watch right rear again. Up. Half lane up. Still half up, in line.
That's solid communication. Yep. It's so important about those runs. You know, we talked about Chase Briscoe in that 14 earlier, how he was moving up in 3. I saw Blaney in his mirror doing that exact same thing.
And to me, and you spoke about this earlier, Clint, it's not a spotter's job is not about the car right behind you. You have your mirrors and you get a pretty good idea of what's happening right behind you. You need the information that's 2, 3, 4 rows back or cars lined up behind you, because all of that starts to come together is what's going to lead to how much of a run they get on you.
And the flip side of that conversation, exactly on the front side of that too. You know, you can see obviously the car in front of you, but you can't see what's going on in front of him or even in front of him for that accordion effect. So those guys are busy up there on top of this roof today.
Out the 8th car back on the outside, that 48 of Alex Bowman, who's overcome a penalty, got himself back on the lead lap, and Jamie, he's in the top dozen.
He is right now, but bad news. He just came on the radio and said he has a vibration. Greg Ives, his crew chief, said we're pretty confident. We got him all tight, all 4 lugs, that is. It could be a wheel weight, so they're keeping their eye on him.
Riding along with Kurt Busch right here, you heard him jump out of the gas real quick. That inside line, accordion, just like we were talking about, heads up move, build out of the gas a little bit. What I see out of Kurt, he's pretty content just riding about a car or 2 length, off the car in front of him, trying to get to the end of this thing. 57 laps to go, still a lot of racing.
Not a lot of company down there, only 5 cars in that inside lane in this lead pack.
I will tell you one thing, and again takes me back to Daytona, Talladega. If I was riding like we were talking about it, Kurt Busch is it gives you an option, an out, if you can get to the bottom. Look at this 3 wide.
Yeah, it looked to me like, I don't know if Truex's car was just a little bit unstable right there, but also you had aggressiveness from the 14 of Chase Briscoe behind him and actually went to the middle and that's the first I've seen anybody try that and make it work.
Truex is going to fall to 13th right here.
So he drifted up like he got tight getting into the corner. Chase was able to get right to his rear bumper. Yeah, both chases. It helped Chase Briscoe a lot that Chase Elliott came with him.
Larry, you said we were right on the number for fuel. How much more gas is William Byron burning than the cars that are in his draft?
Well, I'm watching several of those cars up front, and like Ryan Blaney in that 12th car who's running third, he's 70-75% throttle all the way around the racetrack, never wide open. But yeah, when you're up there leading like William Byron, you're pretty much bending the floorboard.
This is another big if, but if this thing was to run to the end of this thing, these guys, the fuel that they run, we haven't had a fuel mileage race yet. Nobody really knows how far they can stretch this thing, and that's exactly why you see in the bottom of this, Ryan Blaney, he's holding 3/4 throttle, saving some fuel to the end of this thing.
Well, and I got to believe Rudy Fugle, crew chief for William Byron, he's giving him that information. He knows he's using more fuel. He knows what his fuel number is, and he's either banking on they got enough to go all the way or they're expecting a caution to come out.
Well, I mean, again, that's a big if. But it just takes me to the fact that I've actually heard a lot of these teams concerned about maybe not being able to get all the fuel out of these things when it gets down to it. The old days, we'd flip over to the fuel pump too, get the last remaining bit, it give you about a lap and a half. We haven't really encountered that issue with these cars yet. Still a lot of unknowns.
Well, that's true. Eric Jones has had quite a day, was involved in a crash early, back at the end of the first stage. And at lap 201 was involved in that one that took Ricky Stenhouse out of the race.
Look at this glare.
Collision on pit road with Eric Almirola. And now here's Jones in the top 5.
And you know, prior to that incident, he was up front. I mean, he's been up front in the top 5 a lot up until he had that damage. Now he's finding his way back up there.
Had a great run in California.
Sheeta, what? The sound of you licking just sounds disgusting. I don't know what you're licking, but it just sounds gross. Could you please not?
William Byron as well. You look at the glare off into turn 1. Byron working on 14 straight laps led. Now all the Chevrolets that have had problem with the right rear, none of them were Hendrick cars. I wonder with Camber, is there a different approach to some of these other Chevrolet teams that have had issues than to what?
Well, you know, Camber's like free speed, right? It just makes the handling of the car a little bit better. We're looking for a little more front grip, a little more camber can sometimes the air pressure. And because we have the ability with an independent rear suspension, you can play around a little bit more with camber. The question is, what's conservative and what's aggressive? And so we heard from Alan Gustafson and crew chief for Chase Elliott. They felt like they're a little more conservative. Maybe the other Hendrick cars have been too. We don't know because we just haven't gone that far with the Hendrick car in the lead.
Yeah, Greg Stuck was Goodyear, a long-time engineer. He went to the media center and he said, right now we really don't have any answers, but he said a common theme is one manufacturer and the right rear tire. We are not seeing any tire wear whatsoever. We did see overloaded and over-deflected.
We heard it with the radio communication with Alan Gustafson. He said it. He knew, you know, that thinking those guys were a little bit more aggressive on their cambers, and it bit them. Are they so greedy? No way.
William Byron leading with 48 laps to go in Atlanta. We'll take you Fox side by side.
It's amazing. He's talking about motorcycle insurance, and people love it. Of course, they love the savings they're going to get with Geico, but it goes beyond that.
You deserve to save.
Heard that before.
You deserve to save.
I know.
I need you to hear me. You deserve to save.
I deserve to save.
I mean, he has a way of making you feel seen.
Bundle car and motorcycle insurance and save at geico.com.
What does NASCAR do when it gets a brand new car? Watch the revs? Mind the shifts? Yeah, didn't think so. We're more the drive it like you stole it kind of crowd. Just foot on the gas and smoke it in.
All right, everybody. I want you guys in on this great debate. Everybody in this live stream, get in on this great debate. For me, it's not really even a debate. Like, I don't have a... Like, I don't have a side. I'm just trying to actually find the answer. Wheels or doors? Is there more wheels in the world or more doors in the world? You really got to think about it. You really got to think about it. It has to be doors. Do you think doors? Honestly, I'm just not sure, man. That's like, my whole thing is I'm just not sure. Like, I don't have, like, there's people who are like team wheels, team doors. I don't have like a team. I'm just legitimately thinking in my head, trying to find the correct answer. I've been thinking about it for like the last week and a half. Doors. Kenneth thinks more doors. Winval thinks more wheels. I mean, I've thought about it, like, you're watching me and Duke at the same time, that's awesome.
William Byron has been out front in the long stretch as long as anybody has today. Bubba Wallace, right into his draft. Ryan Blaney, Chevy, Toyota, Ford in the top 3 spots.
Yeah, it looks like William Byron's gonna lead the most laps today. He's led 72. Ross has led 42. But is Ross? Oh yeah, Ross is in 7th, so I guess.
Harrison Burton, the 21, the 48 doesn't fare too well here.
14 came up the racetrack a little bit.
Or a lot.
Well, and Clint and I were talking, it looks like the 14's really tight. He gets it before he can't hold it on the bottom. And I think that's what happened right there. And when they got even closer together, it almost pulled the 14 up even further.
Yeah, 14 definitely ran him up. You see him doing it right there. He's having trouble holding it down. Again, that time
I want to smoke some weed.
versus a Daytona. We talked about it earlier in the race. It's hard to keep that.
I want to smoke some weed. Baby, can you smoke on my weed?
So of our top 10 drivers, no driver in double digits for career wins in the top 10 of this race. The chatter on the radio has begun to turn to fuel. Here's Bubba Wallace and company.
Yeah, y'all, I just rolled my first ever Entourage. An Entourage is like a bigger Bluntville. There's a side, well, I mean, I've smoked a little bit of it, but, so it was a little bit, probably like out to here. But, yeah, it's just a bigger Bluntville. It's literally the same type of blunt as a Bluntville. It's literally the same wrap, but it's just like longer, and you can fit more weed in it.
On the bottom of your screen, 3/4. About 75%, right?
I was going to say, that's making Rudy Fugle a little nervous. You saw a little bit of a blip there on William Byron as he lifted going in the corner, but I mean, look how much Bubba's saving. What I'd be doing, I'm pretty sure they are doing this. They're how much Bubba Wallace is saving, and he doesn't want to pass him right now. Nobody really wants to pass him because they don't want to be in the lead. So if you're William Byron, you could actually taper back and probably still maintain the lead.
You're saying you don't want to be leading?
I never said that. I think I want to be lead right now. I just want to back off the throttle and save some fuel.
I think the question is, more importantly, when do you make the move? If you're Bubba Wallace or Blaney, you know, everybody. If you're Blaney, the same car there down the road, what are you waiting on that move of Bubba Wallace? What does that do? That creates a pocket, a window of opportunity to either go with him, put him.
It's just this single file nonsense.
For that guy to make a move like that.
I just wish it was that easy.
Gotta love it.
Second, you go, I'm going to make my move going into 3 in the last lap. But that's not what the guy in 5th and
He's gonna make it for him.
back is going to do.
Is it up to Bubba Wallace? Or to make that move, does he have to back up to Ryan Blaney and get Blaney to go with him?
Yeah, and then Ryan's going to back up to the 10 and roll and make the move on Bubba.
Or will they form a line on the inside and force your hand to move down and block? I mean, there's just, again, so many unknowns on how this is going to unfold at the end. But I can promise you it's going to pick up and be exciting.
Honestly, I have an opinion about this. I feel like I wish, since now there's 2 races at Atlanta, and since they like reconfigured Atlanta and made it all different and everything, I wish this was the last race for the Gen 6 car. I wish we ran the Gen 6 car for this race. This would be the final race with the Gen 6 car, because I just kind of want to see what that would be like, the Gen 6 car on this track. And then, you know, in July we could see the next gen car. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Winval.
A good run. We need a solid run. We need to finish, reestablish ourselves with some momentum, some confidence back on our race team.
What brand car do you like in life? What brand car do I like? I mean, I like Toyota. My dream car? I mean, here's my thing. I prefer Toyota over Ford and Chevy, but like my dream car still is a Ford Mustang, which is weird. It's weird that I prefer Toyota over Ford, but my dream car is a Ford Mustang.
Goes another lap down. Back to Brad Keselowski and Regan.
Well, Mike, you talk about him hanging around in the backside of the top 10. That's the good news that he's in a good position right now. The better news is he is one of the cars in my section of pit road that can make it the distance. They opted to come down and top that race car off during the last caution. No worries for fuel on them. Spotter TJ Major's been telling Brad there's a number of cars in front of you we don't think can make it.
That is likely the case. Let's see. In that caution flag pit stop, we saw Daniel Suarez stop and wait for the second can of gas to make sure they were packed full. We know Suarez could make it.
To be fair, a Toyota is the only car I've ever drove though. Like, I've never driven any... Well, no, I take that back. I drove Dom's car one time when we were drifting at the park. And he has a Kia, so... But other than that, the only car I've ever drove was a Toyota.
That tells you they're getting nervous on top of that box as well. Let's look at telemetry on William Byron and see if he's able to do those baby lifts.
You love how the cars sound? Yeah, they are sick. You talk about the Mustangs?
Hey, you saw him in the corner doing so and trying to manage that gap and doing the best he can.
Yeah, my dad has a Toyota Highlander.
Now he's doing it in the corner because he's stacking them up. It doesn't matter. If he gets to push him anyway, and he'll push him back out, he'll be able to lift when he can.
We're gonna pass you. Not yet, right? We're not there yet. We got to get probably inside maybe 15, 20 to go before anybody starts really making any aggressive moves.
But I like how he's doing that in the corner.
Yeah.
And because of that, here comes that inside line.
And I think these
The Toyota Highlander is like what I learned to drive on.
They've been saving right in line until somebody says it's time to go.
Chase and Chase show hooked up there. Elliott and Briscoe with Corey LaJoy and Joey Logano trying to make something happen on the inside.
Problem is, I think it's going to take a little bit more than that. You know, so that inside lane's going to have to form up with a few more cars.
Top 5 cars only took 2 tires on that last stop. Traces on some of the lead cars here.
Well, it showed you where they were lifting in a lot more further around the corner, around the whole racetrack, whereas the 24 can only afford to do it in the corners leading this race.
Well, and remember, all have the ability to see the telemetry of every driver on pit road. They know exactly who's saving how much. They can relay that information. Man, pretty hairy times getting through some slower cars.
Benefactor of that was that bottom line.
Oh shit, now this is getting exciting.
Exactly what I was going to say.
That's what Chase Elliott was wanting to see. A few more cars in that inside lane pop down there. Oh, one in the wall.
Oh boy, there goes the fucking Todd Gilliland. Oh shit, that was a hard hit.
Vicious hit to the inside.
For Cody Ware, right? Yeah, it's Cody Ware. Holy shit. That was a big crash. And then you saw his tire explode right there.
Caution of the day.
God damn, man.
Safer barrier certainly did his job, and you could see him moving around there, but I guarantee that would not.
Cody Ware. That was a hard hit.
That was Cody on the radio.
And he's leaking fluids.
The car, which is good. That was a shot. Right front's obviously down. Gilliland's car.
Todd Gilliland.
Jeff, that reminded me when you hit the inside wall.
Which one?
I've
I've hit on the inside wall here
like
before,
that.
too.
That's the way it was here. I remember.
Oh, yeah.
All right, watch the 38 of Todd Gilliland.
I will watch this link.
Trying to get up out of line.
No, I want to see this replay again.
We saw him get out of the gas
So yeah, he just got around, and then Cody Ware just.
Cody had a little bit of.
I think he was just distracted by. No, how the fuck did Cody Ware get involved? I mean, I know he's a fucking idiot, but like.
Starts to come around.
Oh, I see. I see.
Somebody checked up in front of Cody.
No, it wasn't really his fault. He is still a fucking idiot, though. I was thinking that wreck was definitely Cody Ware's fault because he's a fucking idiot. Or like his part of the wreck. But look at this. It wasn't really his fault. He just got into the wall, and then they checked up, got into him. And then Cody Ware, that's how he got crashed. Yeah. I mean, he still is a fucking idiot. But that one wasn't his fault.
There's right tire threaded, I think. It wasn't a right rear this time.
27
Mike Joy's finish with Cody Ware. I love this video.
We will now have 11 or 12 cars out with an accident.
When you manage to annoy Mike Joy by your poor driving, that you've achieved something. Yeah.
Stood for 60 years. So Larry, with these caution laps, maybe everybody could make it to the finish, but what would you like to do?
Yeah, William Byron's did the last 41 laps. That's like the longest stretch of laps led today, consecutively.
You have to do everything you can to keep your driver up front, keep that track position. I do think most of those up front, right at the front, I think they'll stay out and keep that track position. I think to your
You get the Mike Joy Hates You award.
now, if you're on back there like Kurt Busch, Joey Logano, maybe even
Mike Joy doesn't hate me.
outside the top 10, come on, get
Mike Joy loves me. He doesn't even know me, but he loves me. I guarantee Mike Joy loves me.
They listen to you, Professor. After I saw Larry Mack with that bow tie this morning, that's Professor McReynolds.
Certainly is. There's Brad Keselowski into his box. Alex Bowles, the first of those down pit road. So a lot of these cars will get 4 tires and a tank of fuel. Drivers really having a good day here include B.J. McLeod in 13th under this caution. David Reagan, part-timer, in 17th. Josh Malicki in 18th. Greg Biffle, another part-timer, in 19th, all on the lead lap. Well, if we showed you all the highlights, we'd be here till midnight, but we do have a few, beginning with Noah Gragson.
You're gonna watch USFL when it starts? Probably not. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier in the stream. No, probably not. I mean, I might if I'm just really bored, but I don't foresee myself watching it because I know that they have like different rules and shit, and that's gonna confuse the hell out of me. And plus, I just think it's like stupid. It's like we don't need more football, you know? It's like I like football, but we don't need more football, you know? So probably not.
How is that LaJoy car still running? All right, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson both out of the race in this crash. Ryan Blaney wins stage 2. So now, 2 caution flags later, William Byron in the lead. Jamie.
And his crew chief, Rudy Fugel, on the box. He's doing a great job today. Led the most laps, still the leader. But the decision now, Rudy, what lane choice here to defend?
Yeah, it's all about the push. Honestly, I think either lane can work. You know, all day long, either lanes work. For us, the bottom, it takes a lap or two, but we get it going, and it seems to help. So Williams did a great job with this Liberty University car, and just hope we can get it.
Was XFL better? I didn't really watch XFL either. I thought the same thing. I thought it was stupid. I was like, we don't need more football, you know? That's what I was saying back then. And I was like, man, I was really hoping they didn't bring it back. But they did. So, I mean, this is pretty much the same thing as XFL, right?
In his last Cup victory.
To me, right here, the decision is where's Blaney going? Because I think you got Blaney and Almirola both.
You get the international game and regular season plus Pro Bowl, college, and their bowl games. No more football. It's like we don't need more football, in my opinion.
And you have to choose here is which lane is Ryan Blaney gonna pick behind you?
Blaney has a score to settle with super speedways. When we were at Daytona, he was 1,000 feet and one nudge into the wall.
And like I really do like football, but it's just we don't need more of it.
Knocking on the door every week. He's been right there knocking on the door. One of the fastest cars of the season.
And I'd be fine with NASCAR all. Well, no, because towards the end of the season, I'm just like, all right, a break wouldn't be terrible. But I start missing NASCAR like really soon into that break.
They caught me off guard, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you know, earlier when he was leaving, he chose the inside. Didn't work out for him. But again, I really think it's about how good of a push you get from behind.
So you think that he chose that inside line choice was driven off of having the 10 pushing him rather than?
Well, I think he thought the 12. I mean, I don't know what kind of communication was going on with the spotters, but I think he was thinking the 12 was going to go to the inside, but he didn't.
With him.
So here's your top 10. We'll have 23 lead lap cars. Kevin Harvick gets the free pass. David Reagan.
You know, I just get to thinking sometimes because like me and my mom watched NASCAR together. That's really kind of how. Well, and my friend got me into NASCAR too, but like that's how I got into NASCAR. Really, was watching it with my mom, and she knew a lot more about it. And it just sucks that I can't watch races with her anymore, and it sucks that she's not with me anymore.
Now let's start talking about this double white line on the bottom. You cannot advance your position or push.
Like I miss watching races with her. There's been so many moments over the years that I thought about that would be like, man, she would have fucking loved that. Like she would have been so happy when Dale Earnhardt Jr. won the Daytona 500, man. She would have been so fucking happy. That was her favorite driver. Damn.
Green flag.
All right, back green. Bubba to the lead. Rip, yeah, rip. Renzi and Pumphrey made the XFL kickoff. Just the defense and offense stand in a line till kickoff. What? Whoa, there we go. Almirola around. Caution's out. Another caution.
Bummer for Eric Almirola. He's doing a great job there. Well, we know it's going to get more intense, and the pushing's going to get more aggressive.
And those decisions are going to get tougher.
Almirola's around. I don't know.
All these guys have to make sure that they're in the right line with the right push.
There's a piece of debris on the track too.
1 and the 10 on the inside from our aerial coverage.
Sam, this is the explanation of the XFL kickoff. All right, I want to see that.
99 really wasn't there. But
The XFL kickoff. This is about creating more opportunities
these tires have,
and the return team starts on the distance between opposing players. This is the XFL kickoff. This is about creating more opportunities for big plays. To eliminate high-speed collisions, we're shortening the distance between opposing players. The coverage team starts on the opponent's 35-yard line, and the return team starts on their own 30. When the ball is first kicked, only the kicker and receiver can move.
One of the things I noticed, Mike, is
once it's
right
caught
there,
or is on the ground for 3 seconds,
so it's not like it's a
all
straightaway.
players are free to run,
turning the wheel a little bit right there. So it seemed to me like Eric is turning
We're
the wheel.
giving players and coaches the chance to create kickoff excitement. This is
That's different. That's fun.
This is a quad oval. There's a short straightaway between the double dog leg here on either side. Not a tri-oval like Daytona, but a quad oval. And that's what produces that. There's a look at it, and there's the area Jeff is talking about.
It doesn't look like much there, but I promise you, 190 miles per hour when there are cars all around you, it's more. And the guy pushing you, it's a lot more.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that earlier about the XFL kickoff. I meant to ask you like what it entailed, but now I know. Confused you when you saw it.
As we get ready for this next restart, William Byron's had a chance to see what that lane would do. What's he do now?
Even though the XFL schedule was awesome, we had football Saturday night, and Sunday night. They just took away from NASCAR's coverage sometimes, you know?
Or is he possibly going to go with the 24 of William Byron? Whatever lane William Byron chooses.
Hey, man, you got competition this week for a big lane.
Boss, big H's here.
I will say this, though. It takes me back to the 43 of Eric Jones. He's got some damage on the front of that car. Go back to that last restart. He wasn't able to be that third car like you saw on the inside line, which, by the way, was the benefactor of the 24 assuming the lead again. He was off of them, and I think it's a large part of that damage you see on the front of his car. If I'm William Byron, I may not want after...
I was like, why does the team start 5 yards further? Yeah, right.
The last restart, I don't know if I want him behind me.
Let's go back to the last restart and have another look at it here.
Dude, Ross could win this. He's in 5th.
It's got damage on the car. Once he gets to them, and then those two cars drive off from him, or the inside three are locked tight. Right about here.
Yeah, you see
start to
that
get
gap.
separation, and that's what I was talking about. I would be a little bit nervous. I want that one car, somebody like that, on my bumper.
All right. Well, let's say you're Ryan Blaney and you're in 3rd place. Obviously, you can't control where Eric Jones is going to line up behind you, but do you want to be behind William Byron or Bubba Wallace?
Well, and that you bring up a really good point, Mike. That might be playing into Ryan Blaney's decision here. Does he think that William Byron's car is stronger, or...
Yeah, if he wins, we see a melon splatter, that's right.
The thought process in that, where my head was at, was what line do you want to be on? I think he chose the right line with the right company to help him get there on that last restart. But with this one, if you have the 43 behind you, do in fact that's what you think you're going to have? Do you want to be on the outside coming off of 2 or the inside?
Well, based on what I saw there, I want the lane. Maybe has Ross Chastain because he was the guy that was able to stay connected to all of them.
Decisions. I love this choose rule. It just creates a whole new element of strategy on every restart. And they don't use it at Daytona and Talladega. But here, despite us having the super speedway package, the high banking, the drafting, they decided to employ it here, and I'm all for it.
Well, don't tell them that. We need to keep it.
Yeah. Well, they might need to incorporate into Talladega and Daytona.
Dude, I'm just going to start eating only watermelon. That's going to be the only thing I eat ever, is watermelon.
What a racetrack. Oh, it's been a cool racetrack. I think they made it better.
Here they come to the choose.
Your choose, your choice. Do not hit the bottom.
Where is it? I can't see it.
It's going inside. Blaney's going outside.
I know, I'm talking to the glare, Mike.
And Chastain went outside.
We heard of those guys having trouble yesterday. Literally couldn't see the arrow because of the glare.
Let's take a little flashback here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Next stream, eat watermelon. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll get a watermelon for the next stream. If Ross wins.
Conventional mile-and-a-half oval and Fireball Roberts captured the first checkered flag here over Cotton Owens. That's Bill Elliott on the bulldozer reconfiguring the track into the quad oval that we've known since 1997. Bobby Labonte, the first winner. They got everything. They got their money's worth out of this asphalt, and they finally tore it up, reconfigured the track with a 28-degree banking to make this America's first mile-and-a-half super speedway, where the racing has been like Daytona and Talladega. And now with 14 laps to go, William Byron and Bubba Wallace square off on the front row. Ryan Blaney and Eric Jones with that damaged nose in row 2. Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez, teammates in row 3.
That's the exact scenario we were talking about. He's got the 43 behind him, but I like who's behind him. Daniel Suarez has been...
Coda is repaid, really?
Push the 43
Oh yeah, I think I heard about that.
We shall see. Rest of the top 10. Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, and Chris Buescher. Here we go.
Ladies didn't get connected to the 23 there. Nice push, but from Eric Jones. Now they're getting organized in that outside lane.
But almost exact opposite of that on the bottom. The 99's not to the 43.
Yeah, this is going to give Bubba the lead, I believe.
Momentum is on the outside.
The 43 is right with William Byron, though. And there they detach.
Both lanes got detached. I think the one pushing the 12 is going to push this 23, Bubba Wallace, to the lead.
Boom. There it is.
If he doesn't, Blaney will. 12 to go. Chaos and competition. This day has had it all. And we're not done.
Or just no help on the inside for William Byron. All the help out there on the outside with Bubba, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain. Here comes Chase Elliott into the picture.
Chastain's wanting to get down. And Bubba, I think Bubba's going to try to block both lines and just manage that lead, utilizing both lines. But I don't think you're going to have that
Big push coming here. That inside lane. And Bubba's doing a great job here controlling these lanes.
Byron into Blaney there.
You didn't realize Byron was in a Liberty car? I like his paint scheme.
The one of Ross Chastain is giving both car huge shots. Watch his momentum on the outside.
So tough when you're
Chastain is in 4th.
Here comes a big push to the 24.
Now he's in like 6th.
The inside lane, that might get him.
What a comeback, yeah.
Sure does. I was going to say, so tough for Bubba Wallace to try to figure out which lane to block at the right time.
Link,
Here
I'll
comes
watch
a
it
big run
in a
from
second.
Bubba Wallace.
Right after the race.
Well, Ty didn't get it, didn't go low.
Little surprised he didn't go for it.
There's still time, though. If I can manage that second spot, I think we've seen enough. You can get that slingshot to the bottom if you, in fact, can get to that last lap and make a quick move.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely want to be in second position on that last lap if I could get myself into that situation.
We're going to drop Daniel Suarez from this group up front.
If you're way above, I mean, you're going to be forced to make a massive block, and we've all seen time and time again what those blocks do.
I think the key for William right now is he's going to have to ride the brakes a little bit, keep that gap to an absolute minimum.
And I think that's exactly what you saw him do right there.
46 lead changes, an all-time Atlanta Motor Speedway record.
It's going to be so hard to keep those guys behind you.
This race has been great, yeah.
He's going to have to be 3-lane Wayne to hold on to this.
I've been loving it. I'm just excited to see what happens. We'd love to see Bubba win. We'd love to see really any of these guys up here win. Besides Truex. Fuck Truex.
Yeah, except for Blaney wants to win the race. He doesn't want to push Bubba to win.
But it's an opportunity. If Bubba
Bubba's in second again.
to the bottom, and those cars get side by side.
Chase Elliott's making a move.
He's going to make the move. It's going to force those guys' hand. And who's going to move down in front to block him?
Well, Chase knows he needs to be in those top 2 or 3.
Now he's getting back in line.
18 cars in that lead draft back to Josh Bilicki. Jones got shuffled, so did Daniel Suarez.
When that 23 makes his move, if in fact it comes to then, if he makes his move, both cars sitting side by side will get stalled out, enabling the 12, the 1, the 9 to have massive runs on them coming to the line. Saw it last night in the Xfinity race.
But does it have to be the last lap?
Yes, but I don't think Chase Elliott's going to give you that option. He's going for it.
Yeah, but I just think the runs are too big, Mike, for you to do it any sooner than the last lap. I think some guys are going to try before that, but I just don't think it's going to stick.
If Bubba wins, Twitter will be racist. Probably.
He just didn't quite have as big of a
Actually, definitely.
a little bit as he tried to make that move and stalled him out.
Bubba Wallace Wallace's last 2 super speedway races, he has finished no worse than second. When does he back up to Ryan Blaney and make a run?
At the exact same time, William Byron at 24 spotter telling him he's backing up, back up, manage that gap.
Well, I think they're telling Bubba Wallace at 12, and Brian Blaney's backing up.
On the bottom, couldn't quite squeeze in there.
Back to the top. That is Bubba's spotter.
Look at him stacking up on that outside lane. You're also seeing some of the side drafting get more aggressive as well.
And actually working with Christopher Bell. Somebody going to move down and try to utilize his push.
I think it's right here going into turn 3. Big run coming. Here it comes.
Oh shit.
There it is.
Oh shit.
Yes, wait.
Here comes Ross.
William Byron's best.
Here comes Ross.
And that sends Blaney back.
Final lap. White flag. Here comes Ross. Here comes Ross. Yeah, Ross. Oh shit, Bubba. Oh shit, there goes Blaney in the wall.
Here comes a run. The one of Ross Chastain. You're going to have to block.
Oh, below the white line there by Christopher Bell.
They're racing side by side. Perfect scenario for William Byron. There's going to be a massive.
Here comes Bell. It's going to be Byron, though. William Byron is going to win at Atlanta. Oh, shit. Big crash. Oh, my God. That was a big crash. God damn. Look at these fellas. Justin Haley. Bubba was involved.
What a race. Great job by William Byron.
William Byron wins. Gets his 3rd career win. Justin Haley's out.
Yeah, had that not happened, they wrecked right there. I really think he was the set and done. Perfect case scenario when those guys got side by side behind him.
That was cool.
Bubba Wallace with the window net down. A couple of those guys took big hits at the start.
William Byron wins. Wanted Ross to get it, me too. That was a good race. That was an amazing race.
Becomes the 46th different driver to win a Cup race in Atlanta, where his best previous finish was 8th. And he is the 5th different driver to win a victory.
Did you pick Byron today?
The 3rd from Hendrick Motorsports.
He earned that one. Yeah, he did. I tell you what, William, not just today, but he's really been a superstar on these super speedways. Just hasn't had it go his way at the end, other than Daytona last year.
See you, Sam. See you, Window.
Ross Chastain is 3rd. Kurt Busch and Daniel Suarez, the unofficial top 5. Corey LaJoie comes home 6th. What a finish.
You picked Byron? That's awesome. Gigi to Suarez and LaJoie. Oh yeah, LaJoie got 7th. Suarez got, or no, LaJoie got 6th. Suarez got 5th.
Since Carl Keekhaker racing in 1956 to win with 3 drivers in the season's first 5 races. Here's Jamie Little.
William Byron brings it home for his 3rd career win. You just got out of the car and said that was fun. So you got a super speedway car, an intermediate setup. What was this day like in the end?
It was so different, you know.
William Byron led 111 laps.
They're just trying to manage the gap to Bubba and trying to not get too far out front. You know, my spotter Brandon is his first win, so congrats to him. And just thanks to this whole team. I mean, they've done a great job this year. Lots of changes with the next gen car, but the Liberty University Chevrolet was awesome there. So worked hard overnight. You know, we had a pretty rough practice and worked hard on it and got it handling well. Like I
I told you, it was kind of an intermediate style with a little bit of speed.
Hendrick horsepower does it again. Wow. Yep, Hendrick wins.
How about this crowd? Packed stands here to see an Atlanta race like we've never seen before, William.
Oh, so cool. I mean, I think these fans saw one heck of a race. It was certainly long for my seat, lots of, mentally taxing. So just thanks to all
When are you streaming next week? So I'm streaming all the races next week. Let me see when the races are, though. Schedule trucks. Next week, trucks is Saturday at 1, so I'll be live at 12:45. And then the Xfinity race is at 4:30. So that'll be like one big live stream till the end of the Xfinity race. And then the Cup race next week is at 3:30 on Sunday, so I'll be live at 3:15.
Got the balance back where I could drive it, and this Advent Chevy was fast. It was so fast. I mean, we were fighting with Will there at the beginning. It's so cool to race with, again, buddies. Like, I'm getting to race with I only have a few, but the last few weeks I've been able to race with my buddies. So, can't thank everybody at Trackhouse, the Moose, Advent Health, everybody's been on this car, Justin Marks and his family, for what they do for me, and Daniel Suarez, what a teammate to push me there, team. Good job, Ross.
Want to come back by Chastain to finish 3rd? Yeah, that was cool. That was awesome, man. I love that guy. Watermelons are the best thing on planet Earth. Good night, WinVal. All right, y'all. I'm going to end the stream. I want to thank everybody for watching, and peace out.